Leroy and Tobin, host to the showman. Still silly sauce with the show in. Till then, it's half moon open. Sometimes go takes like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever trade again. What is in store? Like under the seat of the driver's side floor, it's Gucci's galore. So many more from 6 in the Mars, never a bar. Man, if I'm honest, the damage is done. Silly sauce on unlimited funds. Join us on Twitch for unlimited fun. J-Fig and Marcos, you with it or what?
Tobin, give two who Tobin is.
Thanks, Low Dog.
That was good. That was good.
Thank you. Tobin and Leroy, good morning.
6 months ago, I want your honest reaction. Marcos first.
Yep.
The biggest sports story, maybe just story in general, in South Florida. FAU's basketball team. Go.
Good joke. That would be my reaction 6 months ago.
6 months ago, Fig, I turn to you and I go, I'm telling you, mark the date. March 24th, we're going to walk in and we're going to be fired up about FAU Owls basketball. What would you say?
Birds? Who cares?
Actually,
That's what I would have said.
My question would have been,
Point for J. Fig.
my question would have been this. So are they starting a basketball program?
You know, that is so. When I heard that they had like an undefeated home record, I was like, I didn't even know they played basketball. I really didn't even know.
So this is a team that's never won, probably never played in. I haven't even done the research. That's how odd it is. I know they've never won an NCAA basketball game. They go in, win the first one against Memphis, a team that just beat Houston, who you are going to have to take care of tonight. They beat Memphis, surprise some people. They get Fairleigh Dickinson. Let's be honest, Fairleigh Dickinson, a 16 seed that beat Purdue, maybe a little overmatched. You say, okay, that's cute. 16, Sweet 16, FAU. You got your dream season. It was a good run. Tennessee was number 1 in the nation for part of the season. They're super athletic, super good. They've looked really good in the tournament. No shame. You had a good run, FAU. Good job getting to the Sweet 16, but, you know, good job. So you start watching the game, and like you would think, Marcos, you were probably watching the first minutes and saying, Tennessee, they're up by 6, 7, 8 points. And you say, what up, Wody? I see somebody, Chapo Finesse. What up, Wody? For those, we'll get into what Wody means in a minute. But you start watching it, and Marcos, you're probably saying to yourself, good run, guys. It's really fun.
I saw the halftime score, and I was like, Tennessee, FAU is going to FAU. I actually checked it this morning and found out that I was wrong. What a late start, dude. What was it, like 10 o'clock or something like that? It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, it was a late start because the game ahead, Kansas State and Michigan State went into overtime, which was an epic game also, by the way. So it pushed it even further back. Nonetheless, I'm watching periodically because I am working at Duffy's and Plantation, doing the trivia, doing the DJing, doing the drinking and whatever
Nice
else.
plug.
I am a plug. Don't take that out of context.
Sorry, what's going on?
I'm a plug.
Who's the socket?
I'm kind of watching, here and there, and all of a sudden I look up and FAU is putting it on Tennessee. And I'm not saying like they're up. They're like making baskets, contested baskets, tough baskets. And I was like, FAU's going to win this game. FAU's going to the Elite 8. And there was still 7 minutes left. And I was like, no, I mean, I know enough about basketball to know that they're the team in control. And I don't think they're going to slip up. And sure enough, they did not slip up. Those FAU Owls are tough as nails. No lie. I told you guys yesterday, I would be surprised if they won. I'm here happily surprised. I am happily surprised.
For sure.
Man.
I think you mentioned the possibility. I heard you yesterday on Day at Night, I believe. I think you mentioned the possibility of having the Hurricanes and the Owls in the Final Four. And you're like, first we got to get past Tennessee. And I was like, of course, first you got to.
So all you have to do, FAU way overmatched, has to beat Tennessee. That ain't going to happen. Now the U got to go in tonight, men's team tonight, got to go in and face Houston, who's been number 1 most of the season.
Yep.
The women's basketball team and the Cavender twins, Katie Meyer, they got to beat Villanova. We just got to keep winning. Oh, yeah, and then Nova Southeastern, by the way, is in the national championship for Division II.
Isn't that crazy?
So theoretically, and we're
Yeah.
going to get to this in a little bit, we're going to play a little scenario game where if all 4 teams win, obviously, the parade's going to be huge. But a
Wow.
combination of teams,
I didn't
where
think of
would
it.
the parades be held for the
Yeah.
national championships?
Yeah, I need to know.
I need to know.
I need a front row
I do
ticket.
want to ask a very important question, and both of you, Marcos and Jay Fick, can answer me this.
Yes.
With what's happening now in South Florida, and I'm going to consider South Florida a town. I'm just going to use that as a general term. Is South Florida a football town with a basketball problem, or has it become, and take this as you will, a basketball town with a football problem? Marcos?
As much as the Heat have been good to the city,
Mhm.
as good as the Canes are doing,
In
and as good as in basketball, as good as all the other basketball teams in South Florida are doing, I know that if the Miami Dolphins make it past the wild card, this city will be buzzing as if the Canes won the national championship. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is about down here. I think no matter what happens, it will remain a football town. We just go crazy. I don't know.
It's true. Figgy?
Really? Because I feel like this is a basketball town.
That's fair.
I get
I
that
mean, and it
feeling.
I
should
mean,
be. They
we've
deserve
had a
it.
lot more success with our basketball teams.
Yep.
And it's been difficult to be a football fan here in this town with
So
the
true.
Dolphins. Now
And-
things are
and the
coming up
Canes.
and things
And
are
the
looking better.
Canes.
Yes, and the Canes as well.
Mhm.
And
things-
FAU and FIU,
And FAU and the
Ugh.
Owls and everything
Ugh.
else. Okay, guys.
St. Thomas.
I'm
Okay,
just
all
throwing
right,
it out
I'm
there.
just-
I don't know what the
New
record
Can't
is.
even get to my
Renaissance middle.
point.
Well, we're just trying to get you to that point.
Well,
Figgy.
you
Go
know
ahead.
what?
You're actually making a very good point. Go ahead.
Okay, well, point. You know, I already forgot my point. The
point
point is that
is-
I think that things are switching up now.
Yeah.
And
This-
it's exciting because we're just seeing things that haven't been seen in years. So
Yep.
it's quickly shifting, I think.
I'll tell you this. The way I feel about it is, yes, football is king, but football is king pretty much everywhere in the United States. If the Dolphins make a run, absolutely. The Canes make a run.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be fanatical about football. But right now, and this is a basketball town. Don't get anything twisted. It reminds me a lot of Los Angeles. It's a basketball town. You got the Heat at FAU. Despite all the doubting Thomas is me.
You got the Canes.
You got the Canes, men's and women's team. You got Nova Southeastern.
I
They've
mean,
been really good.
the
And
success is there.
this town is built for indoor sports. Let's be honest. It's hot. It's crazy. It's weird.
not.
It's sexier inside than it is outside in the heat.
Is it?
What?
No way. It's way sexier outside.
I love
Yes,
that.
because
I-
sweat is sexy.
I love that sexy air conditioning. Nonetheless, but also get the play on the words. It's a basketball town with a football problem.
Yeah.
You have the Dolphins who haven't won a playoff game in forever.
For sure.
The Canes who had a terrible season and haven't been the Miami Hurricanes, the U, in a very long time. We have a problem with football right now, but we don't
Yeah.
have a problem with basketball.
Again, though, like the success has definitely been there with basketball. I 100% agree. I even think Heat games are funner to go to than, other football events.
I don't know. That tailgating's pretty rowdy.
That tailgating is pretty fun. Trust me. I
Of
know
course
all
you
about
say
it.
that, but it is a lot of fun.
It is.
Oh, okay. You're wrong, but you're right.
No, but you know what? You guys are missing a very
you, Figgy.
important.
Figgy. I can't get away from it. In my private life, I got to deal with it. Now I get you here to keep me straight too. I appreciate that.
Keep everybody straight around here.
Keep me real. But so
You're forgetting about the Panthers. I know we're talking about basketball and
Yeah.
football, but
I'm trying to get high right now. It's Friday, Figgy.
Mm,
I'm
Oh wait, I
trying to get
forgot
high.
that week. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. Never mind.
Trying to get high.
gotcha.
But it's a good question to ask. And I think it's a good question that all South Florida needs to ask itself. Are we a football town with a basketball problem? Or Figgy and I are saying maybe we're a basketball town. And like I said, take
We
this
have our seasons.
pun or take this double entendre
yeah. Is that
or
French?
this euphemism, as I like to say.
All right.
Are we a basketball town with a football problem? Something that we're going to probably weigh in on the rest of the day. Though, since I am trying to get high and I am feeling good, I want to get you caught up on all the sports headlines, but not just reading you the headlines. I want a little bit of music, a little South Florida
Oh,
music.
damn.
Whoa.
And I
whoa,
want
whoa.
us
Be
all to
careful.
feel a little
YouTube does
good.
not allow that.
Oh, are we scratching it? Is that a scratch?
You can
don't-
play
will-
it for
will
the
that ban
radio
us?
audience, but for the YouTube audience, I am so sorry, guys.
Is this okay? hold on.
So okay, how about we do this? Play
Yes.
it for the radio audience, for the Odyssey app audience,
Odyssey
Oh.
app, if you want to listen to those good tunes.
and for those beautiful people that are watching our beautiful faces on Twitch, YouTube Live, 560 WQAM. I'm going to do some dancing around while this plays.
Oh, nice.
So enjoy the audio and enjoy the video. You're going to get a different taste of both right now.
You know that represent like me, who sex like me.
Might be a little awkward for people who are not listening.
Forrest veering right.
Can they hear this montage?
So they can't, but I'm gonna play Dan Day's official spa music. So at least they hear Dan dancing to music.
I'm sorry you guys can't listen to this, but Twitch and YouTube, I suggest you go to the Odyssey app. You can tell it's Friday. Dan Day's body knows it. Daniel!
Remember when you thought that
Let's make note that we're getting fired today.
This is not painted on. This is painted on. I paint myself in the gym every day. I'm buttoned up though. The only man that'll take his shirt off in front of a lady in a studio at a public workplace. One video. This might be better than the montage.
If you fall back, that's it.
You don't get this with Leroy Horde. I don't know what this montage is going to end. I probably should have made it so long. What's he having? Look, Biggie, I barely have any underarm hair too. Is that sexy?
Do you want us to count your armpit hair?
You want to count?
No!
I put deodorant on. It's cool. No, it's tripping. Then you do something crazy. Do something crazy, Biggie. Anna would do something crazy. No, she wouldn't.
I can't hear you.
I am feeling it today. I'm feeling it. We get to go crazy and get high together. Why wouldn't I? I'll just eat all day, no commercials. Yeah, I'll do that.
Be careful, I can see your messages.
Wait, my message? Well, what did it say? How do you see my messages? My phone messages?
There's more, okay.
You want to see my pictures? You want to see some pictures? Can you see my pictures on my phone too? Because I got some pictures. You want to see my pictures on my phone?
No!
I had to hide some last night because she's like, let me see that picture. I was like, oh, no, that's not you.
How long is this montage? So is this where we're ending? Is this what's going on?
Woo! That was fun right there. No,
Wow.
now. FAU defeated
Wow.
Tennessee 62-55 to advance to their first Elite Eight. And these headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Thank you, Figgy. Whoo! FAU shutting me up. I ain't gonna lie. I was really not high on them yesterday.
You sure?
I even told the world, I go outside of South Florida. Nobody knows where FAU is. They think they're from Miami.
Marcos didn't even know where they were.
No, Marcos
I
did guess
still don't know.
Boca.
Is it Boca?
It's
world-
Boca.
The world sort of knows now.
Yeah, I know where
Sort of.
Nova is.
Nova.
That's also in the championship. They're like by my house.
It's in
Dayton.
Boca.
I hate to
right?
ask another sad question. Figure you can answer this.
Yeah.
FIU is not technically in Miami, is it?
FIU?
Is in Kendall, right?
No, it's in Miami.
That's Miami? All the way west by your house?
Let's not discuss my house, but
What's your address again?
FIU FIU.
It's like Doral,
It's in
Kendall.
Doral.
Okay, well,
then it's in Westchester, and it's
Miami-Dade.
somewhat in Kendall. It is just all in the middle. Okay, guys.
But the University of Miami technically is not in Miami proper. It's in Coral Gables.
True.
There you
True.
go. I'm just saying, like,
There's also an FIU in Biscayne.
that's true. I've
and
driven
there's
by
also one off I-75, I believe.
so confused right now.
There's
All I
a
know
lot
is
of campuses.
FAU, Elite Eight, tonight, Kansas State. Oh, last night, actually. Kansas State defeated Michigan State 98-93 in overtime. Big time right there. They're going to be facing Kansas State, FAU. That's tomorrow, 6 o'clock. UConn blasted Arkansas 88-65. Well, Gonzaga buried a 3 to bury UCLA 79-76. And the reason I go, is because, I like Jamie Hawkes Jr. He looks like me, kind of, except he can grow facial hair and I can't. I also had UCLA as like my only team still alive in my bracket. And I don't have money in my bracket, so what do I care? But still, nonetheless, Gonzaga.
My bracket.
I don't even, do I even have a bracket? I gotta go look. Do I have a bracket anymore? I don't
even know how to fill out a bracket.
I've been like, so I'm in Robbie's group, and I am the last one. I used to be up in the uppers,
Yeah,
you got two.
Is anyone still okay? Wait, if you get like one wrong, is your bracket done? Like how do bracket tournament?
I don't know. This is my first time doing it,
All
and
I know
I'm not
is-
doing so great right now.
I thought you used to be up in the top. This is your first time. I don't know how to fill out a bracket.
All right, let's talk about more bracket talk tonight. 6:30, San Diego State versus Alabama. We're all going for San Diego State. Hate Alabama. Oh, God. The Canes, they take the court against Houston at 7:15. We can all agree we're going for the Canes. If you're not, get out of here. Princeton and Creighton. They throw down at 9 o'clock. I think we're all going for Princeton, correct?
Princeton?
Yeah, my mom wanted me to go to Princeton. Big problem.
Really?
Big problem. It's hard to get accepted there. It's a little
I'm
harder
sure.
than it's a little harder than she thinks.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you're my baby boy. You're special. Well, you're not on the committee that'll accept students. So
That's true.
Princeton, though, that's that 15th seed making it happen. And then Xavier and Texas are going to duke it out at 9:45. I'm guessing we're all going for Xavier, right? Xavier of Ohio.
You know what? I'm actually gonna go against.
I wouldn't listen to me at this point.
Yeah, it's true. The bracket's not looking good. My bracket's not looking good either. But I just don't like picking teams with like that. Also, could be names. Like I know someone named Creighton. I know someone named Xavier. They're both not good at basketball, so I'm going to use that science to say that
works.
Princeton and Texas will win.
And we love the ladies, Marcos and I, and we love you, Figgy, and that we love the Canes women's basketball team. So we got to show them some love. They're playing
Absolutely.
at 2:30. Figgy, when you get off, you're probably going to what, Titanic or Bob's Your Uncle or some
That's
dive
true.
bar, and you're gonna go watch the
Me or
game, right?
you?
Both of us.
Oh,
Okay. I think it's time for break, guys.
Let's take a break. We're gonna be right back with 15 minutes of heat on 560 WQAM.
Wait, can I go?
Yeah. Vegas is a flutter. If you gambled, dog, on them FAU Owls. Big time win last night. For all those that doubted me, eat it. Owls going to the Elite Eight. I think everybody's like, for the first time ever in program history. Well, they had never won a game in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had basketball.
So yeah, like I said,
imagine.
my honest thing, if you'd have told me we'd be talking about FAU to open the show, I'd say, what, they got a new program?
Yeah.
But I do want to bring this up. That brings a good point. We're going to get to 15 minutes of heat next because this is more important. So everybody's still in play. And this is going to be the kiss of death. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Coach L, Coach Meyer. Everybody seems to be in play right now. You've got FAU already onto the Elite Eight. Good job, guys. Shut up all those doubters. Stop doubting FAU. They're going to have a tough game, though, against Kansas State. Nonetheless, today at 2:30, you've got the Canes women's team. Katie Meyer just continues to do great work with them. They've already defeated the number 1 seed, Indiana, at Indiana, by the way. So they're more than capable of beating Villanova today. Let's do it. Canes men's basketball team. Coach Larinaga treats that team not like a team, but a family. And that's why I believe in those guys. They've got to play a big game, of course, but they're all big games, especially when you get into the Sweet 16 against top-seeded Houston. Oh, by the way, the women's team took down a top seed. How about the men's team take down a top seed, go on to the Elite Eight? And oh yeah, by the way, Nova Southeastern, we're not sleeping on that Division II basketball. They are into the national championship game. They're 35-0, by the way, on the season. And Nova Southeastern, they're the Sharks. They outlasted Cal State San Bernardino. And J Fig, have you been to California before? No, you told me you've never been, right?
Never been to California.
You know what the locals in the San Bernardino, Southern California area call San Bernardino?
No.
Let me try.
Yep.
San Bernie.
Ah, it's good. That's good. It's Purdue.
Purdue?
Purdue. That's where
Like
the Hells
Purdue.
Angels, originated from San Bernardino, from Purdue.
Purdue.
Beautiful country. Well, nonetheless, they beat Cal State San Purdue 94-87. They are going to play in the Division II National Championship Saturday at 2 against West Liberty University. $50 to anyone that can tell me off the top of their head, where is West Liberty University?
New York.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, so
Liberty.
let's play this.
Yeah.
Both Canes teams win the national. Well, of course, it's impossible because if the Canes men's team win the national championship, that means
West
FAU.
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Whew, I almost owed that dude $50. Okay, so let's say this. And I got to look at the brackets because is there a way FAU and Miami could meet in the national championship game? Basketball bracket, because this would help my scenario a little bit more. But nonetheless, I want to play a little game where we figure out whatever happens, where is the parade going to be depending on what happens. I'm trying to look what year am I looking at right here? Okay, Alabama, San Diego State, Creighton, Kansas State, Florida Atlantic. Okay, so theoretically, yes. So let's do this.
Yes.
Let's go through the well, I shouldn't say impossible. I'm such a doubter. I'm a doubting Thomas. Fig's so mad at me right now because I don't believe. Let's say either way, but I'm just for argument's sake. Let's say the University of Miami men's team defeats FAU in the national championship game. The women's team goes on to win the women's national championship, and Nova Southeastern wins the Division II national championship. Where would the parade be when you combine? Because FAU finishing second, that's not bad at all. Or vice versa, if the Hurricanes finish second to FAU, where would the parade be? I say with that big of a win, that many national championships, there's only one place you can do it: Biscayne Boulevard.
Wow, you think they got like Miami Heat kind of crowd for their parade?
I do.
I feel like that's probably the only
scenario where that happens.
Like the only good amount of space, and also a place where they can actually close off the street for.
So let me ask you this.
I disagree, though.
Oh, where do you think the parade is going to be, Marcos?
I think Calle Ocho.
That's another place that you can
but are people
quite possibly close off. But
are people from Boca?
I don't think that would be
this is the
situation.
Are people from Boca coming down to Calle Ocho?
No.
They're scared as hell of Calle Ocho.
That's for the Canes. For the FAU Owls, for the Nova Southeastern, whomever wins in the Broward County area, they can just go to I think there's a Chuck E. Cheese in Pines, if I'm not mistaken. They can just do something cool there.
Wait, wouldn't Las Olas maybe
I would
be
think
a
that would be-
situation?
Yeah,
Las
Las Olas are just on
Olas.
Ocean.
Ooh, like a boat parade,
Mhm.
like how they did for the Tampa
Elbow
Bay
Room
Bucks.
is going to be hype.
Right in front of
Yeah.
Elbow Room, I think
That's a great
that would be
place.
a very great
Yeah,
place
that
for a
would be fun.
parade.
Okay, so
And
I
it's
say
close to that.
if the maximum scenario happens, I
Yeah.
still think you shut down Biscayne, you do a little something, you have a great celebration,
Yeah.
everyone can come out. Now, if the Canes men's and women's team win, you got to go down US 1 or somewhere near the University of Miami in Coral Gables, right? You can't shut down Biscayne, even though that is pretty monumental. But this isn't a college town. Let's be honest. This is a big city.
If they were to win, I would say Gallo Ocho.
For the U.
Yep.
You don't have a parade on Ponce de Leon or on
Nah.
US.
They can.
They can't shut
they
down
have
US
that,
1 because,
they
you
have
know.
that festival that goes on there. So they can close. Why are you doing
I'm
that?
so excited, Fig. I'm thinking about you and I drinking stouts at that parade. I've been thinking about you a lot today, Fig. I think it's because you're
You
in front
know
of me.
what's going on?
It's
Nope.
Friday.
You don't need to think. You can just look. She's here.
But you know what I'm saying, Fig? Like, I mean, you and I could be drinking stouts at Titanic. Marcos, you can be drinking your honey beer from Tarpon
Yeah.
River.
I don't like the way you said that, though. I feel
Yeah,
like that was a
it
bit
was
of
a little sketch the way you
Yeah,
said
don't
it. I
think
mean,
like that very much.
I will drink beer with you.
Okay, first
Thank
of
you.
all,
I
the stout's
appreciate it.
probably like 6%. That honey beer, you're drinking like 9.5.
Oh, yeah, now we're
So
talking. Now we're talking.
I'm not
Yeah.
diminishing your abilities.
Yeah.
So,
I
okay.
feel like the stouts are a lot stronger. When you say
Man.
that.
Whoa, man. Sorry, that's me.
Okay, so
It's
what
me
we're saying,
being a
so
man.
I think if the Hurricanes men's and women's team win, maybe you
Yes.
shut down Ponce de Leon and you have a nice parade, and then you end up at the Watsco Center and you
Mhm.
have a huge celebration. I think that's
Whoa. And then they play each other one-on-one.
you know that's
Too
Yeah.
much. Too much.
creative, but no.
Sorry. Sorry.
yeah. I just won a national championship. How anticlimactic is this going to be? The real national championship, man versus woman. Let's go.
Look, I'm looking up the Gallo Ocho Music Festival. It draws more than 1.5 million people. Obviously, I'm sure not all those people are next to each other at the same time, but I just feel like that area can hold a lot of people. Long story short.
Okay, so now let's talk about the scenario where just
Yes,
FAU wins the national championship in basketball.
for sure.
Where's the parade?
Mark Hockman's house. Has to be. His name.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would be there for that.
Yeah, for
If-
sure.
If he would invite me to a Seder or a party or anything in his house, I would definitely go because
Yeah, me
Hawk,
too.
he spares no expense. He's a great hang.
I like it.
With that being said, I'm probably not going to hang out with him tomorrow, even though I was invited to go to the
That
Panthers
is
game.
messed up, dude.
But Fig, where do you think the parade? If FAU is the only team that wins the national championship,
I don't even
How
think.
far
like
is
the
Las
elbow.
Olas from?
I like the elbow
From
room. It's
Boca?
Broward. It's nice.
How
close
far
to
is
that.
that from FAU?
I'm gonna Google it.
It's far?
It's a good ways. Yeah, Boca.
FAU
It's a
to
good ways from
Elbow.
downtown Fort Lauderdale.
It's like what, 45 minutes?
It is 23 miles, about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So-
So actually, that
Good.
elbow room parade is starting to sound
Okay,
worse and worse.
What?
What is
Boca's
in
so
Boca?
quiet though. I really don't know. I don't really spend time in Boca, so I wouldn't know
Boca,
what's
cool
close
spot.
enough
So
for that.
you're saying more. It's going to be probably somewhere just around the university.
I would say
I
so.
would, and I'm starting to agree with you. Although I like the fact of the elbow room and a bunch of owls running around. Maybe letting loose a couple of owls and having trainers
Hey.
around. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
cool.
Let's see what happens.
I don't know, man.
We're not trying to wreak havoc here. We're trying to just say, it'd be nice.
J Figs, a murderer.
That's true. You don't need to be around owls. You don't need to be
It's
around.
like, let's just see what happens if they run free. Let's just see what happens.
Now I'm going to ask a real serious question, and this is not to diminish or shade. Let's just say Nova Southeastern, which likely
Yes.
will win the national championship. They're the
Nice.
number one overall seed in Division II.
Yep.
They're 35-0 on the season. They're playing West Liberty University in the championship. That's going to be tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's say they're the only team that wins the championship. I'm being, is there even a parade,
Okay.
or is there just an assembly?
There has to
There's
be
not gonna be
a field day at Brian Piccolo Park, which isn't too far.
No,
It's
no,
not too
really?
far.
Is that? No, you're joking, right?
It's in the same area.
Is
It's
there
in
a
the
Brian
same-
Piccolo Park?
Yes, there's a Brian Piccolo Park. It's maybe about
From
2
Brian's
miles.
song?
Yeah, the same guy.
He's from here?
I don't think so, but he's got a park. I don't know.
They played at
Sorry.
Wake Forest. I know that. That we
What
know
if they
this.
have a festival in Messner Park? Is that what it's called?
Messner? Where's that? Let me Google it.
Is that what it's called?
Let me do this.
Is that in Boca? I think it's in Boca.
Meisner.
Meisner,
There
that's
you
what I
go.
meant. Meisner
Ooh,
Park.
Wow, that's beautiful. There's an amphitheater as well.
Is that close by?
No.
To Boca?
Well, you know what?
Oh,
There
yeah,
is no parade.
That's for okay, no
Okay.
parade. And she canceled the parade.
I'm saying no Southeastern, two things. They win
Yes.
the national championship.
Yes,
First
they
of all,
deserve respect.
they deserve respect. There should be some type of assembly.
Yeah.
And they're
There's
more
gonna
than
be an
welcome.
assembly, Dan.
Look, it'll be on campus, guys.
No, but the team's more than welcome to come here. We'll put them on. We'll
Yeah,
interview
for
'em. We'd
sure.
love to
Let them
have
know.
Yeah,
Let them know.
I can
Dan.
show them some skills. You know, I've got a good little jab. All right, unimpressed.
Okay, you know what? I think it's time for break,
All
right?
Guess so.
So 15 minutes of heat. I've been promising it for the past 30 minutes. It's next here minutes of heat. We have gotten high on the FAU Owls, the women's Canes basketball team, the men's Canes basketball team, Nova Southeastern Sharks, national championship parade celebrations. We forgot about Hard Rock Stadium. That's another great location. You could have the parade in the parking lot or the gathering in the parking lot, going to the stadium. That would be really good. And then throw it all on top, the Heat winning the NBA Finals. Then you have a huge parade down Biscayne, but that's just the Heat. The Heat aren't sharing the spotlight with anybody, but we got bigger things to worry about right now. Let's look at the smaller picture. We are in the midst of Hate Week. 4 games that could determine the Heat's season. Passed the first test. They beat the New York Knicks on Wednesday. They are technically in 6th place right now, but that's all semantics because the team that they're right above, half a game above, the Brooklyn Nets are coming to town Saturday. Whoever wins that game is going to be in sole possession of 6th place. Then you get Toronto. Then you get the Knicks again on Wednesday. You win all 4 games. You're looking pretty good. Pretty good. Call me an optimist. I think we take all 4 in Hate Week. Marcos, what do you think?
I think we take all 4 and we end Hate Week in 5th place.
With a lot of love.
With a lot of love.
And not just Kevin Love. Figgy, Are we pie in the sky? Is that realistic to think we're going to win all 4 games? We've already won one. Already won one. Is it realistic to think we're going to win all 4 games?
You know, in a perfect world, I would say yes.
So you're saying yes?
No.
Oh.
I would say maybe, just maybe, the Nets tomorrow might be a situation.
No guts.
There's no -1 here. Okay.
No guts.
All the other games, I would say possibly yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're real quick. Let's check in with Fake Leroy. Fake Leroy, what do you think about us winning all 4 games during this Hate Week?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
No, if you think after all season the Heat are going to be consistent, you must be crazy.
Now lean back real fast and act like you don't know you're leaning back.
You can still see me.
You can hear me.
Yeah, they've only won 4-game win streak all season.
I do hear Leroy's voice as we do approach this.
Remember,
game.
I am Spirit Leroy. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? You brought up
so
a good
that
point.
-1.
Yeah, that was for him.
Is not a -1.
No -1.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bam
man.
has spoken.
I mean, why? Why do I let the Heat do it to me like this? I right now,
You know, you're pulling a Tobin right now. You're kind of.
I know, but the
all
thing is,
way
I'm
up
not like
here,
that.
And then you're going to be very sad. You're going to come down here.
Where exactly is he gonna?
Look, I'm just saying, like, they beat the Knicks. I think they can definitely beat the Brooklyn Nets. Now you got that 2 games that you've won. You're feeling good. Now you really need it. And there's something about being hungry and thirsty. I know about being hungry and thirsty. When you're hungry and thirsty, there's just something about it. You beat Toronto, and then the Knicks are the Knicks.
Dan, if you're so hungry and thirsty, you should probably eat more than Mayonnaise sandwiches. That's your problem.
What did I eat last night? Oh yeah, I ate some biscuits last night.
You go from
pepper jelly. I'm
Triscuits
trying to finish up
biscuits?
that pepper jelly.
Yo, you
I
must be
got a
trying to-
load of pepper jelly. I'm eating peanut butter and pepper jelly sandwiches. I'm eating biscuits with pepper jelly. I'm like pepper jellied out, but that's not the point.
Yes, that's not the point. Sorry.
So you've beaten the Knicks. You get the Nets. If you beat the Nets tomorrow night, 8:00 at home, by the way, once again, I'm trying to give you reasons why my case is somewhat logical. It's an important game for both teams, but you're at home.
Not a true loss.
True
How
win.
about that?
You get Toronto. You got those 2 games you banked on. And then if you beat Toronto, all you got to do is finish out against the Knicks, even though it is at Madison Square Garden. Once again, you're facing the Knicks, and it's the Knicks, and they are the Knicks, and they're going to be the Knicks, and you are going to be the Heat. The Knicks are regressing to their old selves. They had that hot streak. They got us. I'm in. And when they got us, let's not lie, it took Julius Randle going off and hitting a big time shot pretty much at the buzzer.
Yeah, for sure.
3-1, I can accept. Cool. You fall somewhere, you lose to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. 4-0, awesome. 2-2, I'm out. I'm done. I've been wanting to be done all year long.
Yeah.
2-2 at this stretch of the season after you won the first game, that's unacceptable. Fig, is there any way that you're out on this team? Well, if they lose the next 3, you're probably out.
I will never be out with
Oh.
the Miami Heat, okay?
Yeah, that's
You
the
may
guts.
say I don't have the guts.
That's the guts.
For what I said previously.
You know,
but I
Spirit Leroy.
always have the guts.
All right. I like
And with
that.
that being said, she does not believe in what we say 4-0 in this
No.
hate week.
I'm
Sure.
sorry, but you do realize
You're playing
the season we've gone through.
That's
I
true.
understand.
It
But-
has
but
been
you
hot
got-
and cold.
Oh, you've activated playoff Jimmy.
Oh,
We
it's like
love
a
that.
like a hidden trap card.
My question is, I mean, this is an old cliche, like, well, why can't it always be playoff Jimmy? You just can't do it every day. I understand.
Well, that would make sense. Like playoff Jimmy is for playoffs.
Yeah. You kind of got the lineup kind of secured. You got Kyle Lowry coming off the bench for now, at least.
Yep. Where the hell is Oladipo?
Oladipo and Duncan Robinson are at Calle Ocho right now. eating up.
Planning the parade.
You know what? They're scouting the
the parade
the venue.
grounds?
Yeah,
They're like,
Mhm.
oh, this is good. I like this.
You got a great coach. You got Jimmy. You got Tyler. You got Bam. You got the rotation going. Maybe Max Strus can coach steps. Remember, last year, Max Strus stepped up at the end of the season around this time. It really helped propel the team.
Look, I think what's going to happen over the next couple games is we're finally get the indication that we've been looking for all season. We're going to find out, are they who we thought they were, or have they finally turned the corner? And if they go 2-2 or anything worse than essentially 3-1 on this next 4 and close out the season with this whole, win one, lose one kind of vibe, we know that they are who we thought they were.
Yeah, that's one thing that Hate Week is going to teach us, what this Heat team is really about. If they go 2-2, they're exactly who we thought they were. Take a step forward, take a step back. Take a step forward, take a step back. I'm done. They're going to go to the play-in game. They might win a play-in game. They might lose the play-in game. And everybody's going to say, oh, you don't believe in the Heat. They're the building. No, like, look, if you do it all season long, that's who you are. But if they go 3-1, which is realistic.
Acceptable.
That's realistic. That's
And
realistic.
it's realistic.
It's realistic. You're playing NBA teams. You're playing good NBA teams that have a lot to play for. But if you go 4-0, there's reason to believe. There's reason to believe.
Was that a good Tobin?
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
That was actually really
Someone
good.
like you makes it hard to live.
Wow!
Whoa! Yeah.
Somebody-
Okay, hold on. Now we're getting good.
Someone like you.
I gotta save that. Hold on. What time is it? I gotta write that down.
And I'm not trying to be a homer. I'm not trying to, stoke the fires. I really think this team is going to go 4-0 on this one for the reasons I said. You've already won
You know
one.
what, Dan? I hope you're right.
I mean, I know I'm right about the first Knicks game. We got that one.
Yes, obviously.
I just believe that you're at home, you're hungry, you're playing a Brooklyn Nets team that, they've kind of lost some of their, in vinegar. At first they were really fired up because they wanted to prove without KD and Kyrie, they're still a good team. They're starting to that's starting to fade away a little bit. You get them. Now you got the 2 games. You got a little bit of momentum, and now like, we got a shot here. You go in there, you beat Toronto, and I know Toronto, they're lying in the weeds waiting to get us, but we can get that win in Toronto, and then you go to the New York Knicks. And like I said, I still believe the Knicks are the Knicks. They're not a bad team, but they are the Knicks. And they're going to find a way to frustrate all those New Yorkers. And then they're going to come down here and raise prices, take over our beaches.
Bastards.
Oh, that's me personally.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So, I mean, I really do. So I'm not playing, the homer, the positive. I really do believe we go 4-0. And if you go 4-0 on this, you're logically in probably 5th place because the Knicks are going to find a way to fall here and there. Now, 5th place, that's exciting because then you got a nice little matchup in the NBA playoffs. Probably playing the Cavaliers. Cavaliers sneaky good. Don't get me wrong, but that's a team that I wouldn't mind facing.
So sneaky.
I don't like sneaky good teams. I like good teams because, you can go in there and beat them. Tennessee was good last night. FAU said, okay, we got this. But if Tennessee would have been sneaky good, like FAU is sneaky good. Like some people didn't believe in FAU. Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? Who
I don't
would
know
be the
who
kind
did.
of person?
Someone like me saying, Tennessee, we're an SEC school. We don't lose to Conference USA teams.
Mhm.
We're number 1 earlier this year. We're really good. We got you, FAU, right where we want you. Wait, what happened? Okay, nonetheless.
Well, you know what, guys?
Uh-oh. What, Figgy?
I really do hope the Knicks piss off their own fans.
Wow.
Julius Randle, make all the boroughs hate you.
Yeah. For me, please. For me.
For me.
Listen. Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Tobin and Leroy.
Nice.
Let's dream.
WQAM.
Okay.
560 Odyssey app.
There you go.
Live on YouTube, Twitch. Just type in 560 WQAM. Let's dream the impossible dream. Maybe not
Well, that
impossible.
was quick.
Let's dream that Tua leads the Miami Dolphins to the championship. I'm not talking AFC.
Why do you look traumatized?
I'm talking Super Bowl.
Why'd you say impossible, huh?
I said maybe not impossible.
Sick of your attitude.
That parade. We've been talking about parades all day. Parade.
Ooh.
You know, I'm from New
Talking about a
Orleans.
Dolphins parade.
Wait. I'm a New Orleans guy, so I got to talk about everything's a parade. Life is a parade.
Oh, do they say parade?
No, nobody says
Okay.
that.
Parade?
I don't know why I was saying
I don't
that.
know why I thought you said Power Raid.
There was a power rave that's going to be happening this weekend. It's called Ultra Music Fest.
I feel like it already happened like 2 segments ago.
Yeah, it was true. It was Dan Day's
Yeah.
dancing to the montage.
There's one thing I can do. Nonetheless, I always dream of this. If Tua and Mike McDaniel and Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Phillips and all those guys lead us to a Super Bowl championship, the parade should start at Miami-Dade Arena, which could soon be renamed, and should go all the way to Hard Rock Stadium. And then it culminates in Hard Rock Stadium. They throw a huge rave party. Wow. That's a long parade.
That is quite okay. So, what do they
You're
take?
in a bit of a party mood.
Are they
man.
taking 95? What's going on with this parade, dude? Is this an express lane thing? Are people walking? This is quite
Well, where would the Dolphins, would the parade be
Yeah.
in the parking lot of Hard Rock Stadium
It's
and then
gotta
culminate
be, bro.
in Hard Rock?
They have Rolling Loud.
But
there.
man, it's Biscayne, man.
I mean, Biscayne is much cooler than Miami Gardens for sure. I get that.
But they're definitely gonna do it at the Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful facility.
And it's
there,
kind of
everything.
centrally located so that all the fans
Yeah.
in South Florida can get there.
And again, man, they do Rolling Loud there. They do, crazy.
Oh, they can
things.
definitely have that. And that's always been the question: when, not if.
Yes.
Because eventually the Dolphins are maybe sooner than later. I actually do believe sooner than later the Dolphins will win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I win. And this is not just being silly. This isn't being stupid. This isn't being anything. Go to the University of Wisconsin. They go to the Final Four and they win the Rose Bowl my freshman year.
All right.
I go back to LSU. Nick Saban joins me there.
Nice.
LSU wins a national championship.
Followed you there.
Went to Southern California.
Okay.
Lakers win the
I'm
championship.
sorry. Oh, I was gonna say you went to USC also.
No.
How many
I
schools
was
did you go
USC
to,
done.
man?
Came back to Louisiana. Guess what?
Yeah.
LSU won another national championship.
Whoa, okay.
Saints win a Super Bowl.
Whoa, no, that was historic.
So look at my track record. Now I'm here in
Okay.
South Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Nova Southeastern.
Okay.
Miami Hurricanes men's and women's going to win the national championship.
I like
and then
that.
the Dolphins win the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Thus far, it's been a good tenure. Tua, Tyreek, Jalen, just the offseason acquisitions have been amazing.
I mean, yeah, how can you? Dolphins are all in.
Yeah.
You can say a lot of things about the Dolphins and how they handle things and do things, but if you are doubting their desire to win,
Yeah.
that's all you can ask for your team to do. You can't ask for them to win every game, but all you ask them to do is please put us in the best position possible. And we've been on a team and we've had Dolphins teams that maybe they didn't do that. They didn't put themselves in the position to win. This iteration of the Dolphins, they do everything to try to win. And as a fan, you got to respect that. You got to love that.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen Ross has put his money on the line, and it's just going to come back tenfold. Not only is he getting good things, from the amount of money he's put into the stadium, but from the team itself. The success has continued to rise. Brian Flores set a nice foundation. Mike McDaniel has picked it up, and it's just to keep going in the right direction.
That's interesting. Brian Flores set a good foundation.
He did. He really did. I know he went out a little ugly there. Not to his, not to discredit him at all. I'm sure whatever he said probably did happen there, but it is what it is.
I want to ask a good question because I'm always interested in stuff like this. And I'm going to ask you, Marcos, JFig, and I want our listeners to text in or to go to YouTube Live, Twitch, and chime in on this. 305-567-0560, the number to text in. Realistically, let's be real. Keep it a buck. How many years do you think it's going to take the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl? And I'm going to be realistic with you right now.
Yep.
I'm going to say 2 for Tua. I really do believe that. I believe this year is where you kind of set the foundation and you make a little bit of a playoff run. You get some experience and you've got the pieces. After you have that experience, Mike McDaniel gets another year under his belt. I'm giving you all the reasons. Obviously, I'm giving you all the reasons why I do believe. And some people said, oh, that's impossible. You're in a tough division. Well, you know what? There's no such thing as an easy division, except the Saints, man. They got an easy division. The NFC South's terrible. Nonetheless, I really do. I believe they've got the pieces. Now the coaching is getting the experience. You get the playoff experience this year, maybe make it to an AFC championship game or so, at least win one playoff game. Tua stays healthy. 2 years from now, you could be in the Hard Rock Stadium's parking lot, downing Jameson, throwing beers, busting champagne on each other.
I'm sorry. Am I throwing beers at people or am I just like,
yeah, what's what you do?
Okay.
You drink like a half a
The
beer.
liquid, not the actual bottle.
People
okay?
start going
Right.
crazy. You have a can of, I don't know.
Waste.
Modelo?
Oh, that's nice. I was thinking more like Busch Light or something. You're just,
Yeah.
have a beer. Let's go party.
Yeah, that's true.
So Marcos, realistically, and I'm not telling, and I mean, like this 2 years sounds like it's far fetched, but
Nah, that's not bad.
I think with the pieces and that you're in this win now mentality and Tua stays healthy, of course, that's always the big asterisk. Tua stays healthy.
Yeah.
Not this year, but the next. In a perfect world, and I do think some things can align, Super Bowl could be right here in the Super Bowl championship.
Yeah.
Trophy.
Yep.
Could be here in South Florida. What about you?
Okay, so I agree with what you're saying for sure, but I'm going to ask you a question to help explain my answer. How many teams are 100% easily, no questions asked, better than the Miami Dolphins?
How many teams right now are better than Miami
Yep.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
I can say for sure, and this is, just based off of the success of Patrick Mahomes and the success of Travis Kelce and the success of Andy Reid, of course. You always got to give the Chiefs respect. So let's just say the Chiefs, right? I think we have more talent than the Chiefs, but just because they're the champions, I'm going to respect them. Other than that, maybe I'll go as far as saying possibly a Cincinnati. Maybe, Other than that, I think we're as good as the Bills. And I think we're as good as every other team in the NFL, offensively and defensively and coaching-wise. Vic Fangio, Mike McDaniel, everything checks the boxes. I think we have good chemistry. I think we have a good mixture of youth and veteran leadership. I think we have good athleticism. We have good people in the right places. Obviously, this is best case scenario. Everyone stays healthy kind of vibes. But for the most part, there's no team that you can tell me is 100% head and shoulders better than Miami Dolphins. So I don't see why next year can't be the year. But of course, that's definitely like a homer kind of view to it.
Right.
But like trying to just break down the facts, what team should I be scared of?
You should be scared of Kansas City Chiefs. You should be scared of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's for sure. You should be scared of the Cincinnati Bengals. You should probably be a little bit afraid of Buffalo Bills until you can beat them in the playoffs. There are some teams, but once again, we've made additions this year.
Yep.
We've gotten
Made
coaching, a lot of additions.
Mhm.
And also, look where you were when Tua was healthy. Before Tua started getting injured, you were one of the premier teams in the league. You were right up there. You were beating Baltimore.
Yeah.
You were beating the Bills. You were putting on some people.
For sure.
Once again, that's another argument. One of the texters, 561, agrees 2 to 5 year span might even get 2 for Tua. There you go. One texter says he effing hates me, or she says she is probably a female.
Yeah.
She
That was
can't-
me,
She
actually.
can't stand me.
Yeah.
561, thank you very much. Appreciate you listening. Figgy, though, I do want to ask you, realistically, if the Dolphins, or when the Dolphins win the championship, when would it be? Years wise.
Guys, I can't help but I understand there's a bunch of new additions. I get where you both are coming from,
Right.
but I just, I'm a little nervous.
I understand
fair.
that. And
It's fair.
look,
It's fair.
Look,
it's
we know.
it's what being a Dolphins fan is all
Well,
about.
this is
Being
true.
a little nervous,
Super Bowl championships don't grow on trees. I understand that.
Correct.
Only one team can win it.
Right. And I do believe in Tua, and I know that if he's healthy, he will get us there quite quickly. I'm just scared. So I'm gonna be like Leroy right now, and I'm gonna say I don't really want to say much because we haven't even started this season yet.
Wow.
So we don't know how everyone's gonna work together. Remember, you
son.
have to learn how to work
Jesus.
together to get there eventually. So I can't help but say 2 to 3 years, maybe.
That's
Okay.
good. That's
That's still not
optimistic. I
bad,
thought
though.
you were going to
Yeah.
say it's
Me
not
too.
going to
I
happen.
think you're like 5 years.
10, no, I thought you were going to say 10, 12, 20.
Wow. 20.
I'm just
I
saying.
do have a really good feeling though, so I really hope I'm wrong, and I hope it's a lot closer than I think. But realistically, that's
If
what
you
I'm
tell me right now the Dolphins will win a championship in the next 2 to 5 years, I'm all in on that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm more than happy about that. That's big time. But once again, there are a lot of factors. I mean, you play one bad quarter in the playoffs and you in your season. Let's remember that. So yeah, there are a lot of factors, and only one team wins. And they don't grow on trees, and a lot of things have to align. So we're hoping 2 to 5. We just want 1. Let's get 1
Yeah,
eventually.
I was gonna say, can we let's just take a second to reflect on that.
Let's get to the headlines. They're brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Ooh, very
Whoa,
nice.
whoa.
FAU defeated Tennessee 62-55 to advance to their first Elite 8. They are going to face Kansas State, who downed Michigan State 98-93 in overtime. They're going to be playing tomorrow at 6 o'clock. UConn, they blasted the Hogs of Arkansas 88-65, while Gonzaga buried a 3 to bury UCLA 79-76. Let's get stoked up for today's game. Men's action, 6:30, San Diego State versus Alabama. Then the Canes, our very own Canes, taking the court against top-seeded Houston at 7:15. Princeton and Creighton throw down at 9, while Xavier and Texas duke it out at 9:45. The Canes women's team, get ready, little matinee action, 2:30 today against Villanova. Very excited about all of those games.
Nice.
The Panthers had another bad second period, giving up 3 goals and losing 6-2 to the Maple Leafs last night. They look to get right tomorrow at 5 when they host the Rangers. There is a rumor, little bird told me in my ear, pardon the pun, that Figgy is going to go to the game tomorrow.
That's a maybe.
That's a maybe.
That's a maybe, but it's looking quite likely.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Are you going to bring your dad Eduardo with you?
That is
Can you stop calling him
That's
that? That is not his name.
that's someone else's dad, Dan. That is someone else's dad.
Little backstory. So Figgy's dad was my date to the Tyreek Hill gala.
He wasn't your date.
He was my plus
I
one.
think his
But-
mom will probably be a little upset with that.
Right. But they did get along pretty well.
Obviously,
and it's
really
gala,
well.
by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
going to let
gala.
that slide.
It's gala, by
Is
the
it?
way.
Okay.
Technically,
No.
phonetically, it's gala.
Gala.
It's gala.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
gala? I believe it.
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
so me and Figgy's dad were having a really good time, and somewhere along the line after the 17th beer, I thought his name was Eduardo.
Yeah. And he just went with it because he's a nice guy.
No one
Yeah.
said that name on the table, by the way.
I really feel like that's someone else's dad.
We know it's someone else's dad. What is Papa Figaro's name?
I'm not
Okay,
disclosing
I'm just gonna say
that.
Eduardo. It's Eduardo.
Agent 007.
All right, Figgy, I know you're interested in this. I know I'm interested, of course. Newly signed Dolphins receiver Braxton Berrios is said to have
Ooh.
split with his reality TV star girlfriend, Sophia Culpa. The two started dating back in 2020.
Wow.
Yes, I have. I've been seeing some stuff on I've been boots in the gram.
Oh,
Like we say.
Wow.
And I
So
kind of saw
is
that
this?
coming.
Who are
Who-
these people exactly? I know Braxton
Well,
Berrios. of
Braxton
course.
Berrios.
Yes. for
Sophia
sure.
Culpa's sister won Miss USA.
Okay, hold on.
Olivia Copel.
Okay, so
How
I
do you
know
say her
that
last
name.
Culpa.
Copa.
Copa.
Sure.
Okay, but her sister won. So then why do I? Okay, never mind.
Because it's the reality show about the sisters.
Yes.
Her-
It's
oh.
called the Copa Sisters.
Yeah, that's it.
Copa?
Okay. And
It's
it's on
on-
HBO Max.
I was gonna say it's on like
Oh.
the 8,000 channel.
So
or
I
something.
actually watched the show
I'm sure it's
because I
riveting.
was intrigued.
Yes.
And Olivia
Yes.
has had trauma from dating somebody in Miami.
No,
Yes.
dating in Miami could be tough.
Oh no.
Miami dating right here. It's pretty difficult, guys.
Well, okay, wait. Is
I
one of
wouldn't know
them
that.
dating Christian McCaffrey?
Yes.
Which is
Oh.
Olivia right now.
Man,
Oof.
let me tell you,
These are some
they know how to
handsome
pick
people.
some guys. I was gonna say they know how
She
to
was
pick some
She
guys.
was dating Danny Amendola.
Oh,
Once again,
man.
they know how to pick some
You know,
guys
she just goes outside. She's like, "Who has the most perfect jawline?" And then that's who she goes with. That's
and
the-
muscles.
yeah, for sure.
That
but,
is true.
God.
But yeah, so basically the whole story is like I'm not trying to like be on anyone's side. I'm not trying to
Oh, yeah. You don't want to take a culpa of Braxton Berrios'
No,
side.
I'm not doing that. And I'm not gonna, talk bad about one another. I'm not gonna do any of that. But
solid.
from what I saw, Basically they have trauma with Miami players. And so
Ooh.
she was last season she was hoping that he stayed with the Jets, and he did, and she was happy about it because they don't have the best luck here in Miami. So when I saw that he signed with Miami,
You had a
I
little
knew it was going to
inkling.
happen.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it came to an end. But what can I say?
Speaking of beautiful men that I respect,
Yes.
David Beckham
Okay.
is said to have spent over $60 million of his own dollars to improve Inter Miami's practice facilities. It now includes a state-of-the-art gym,
Wow.
pools,
Yep.
hot tubs,
Nice.
along with a fully staffed kitchen.
That's amazing.
Got to respect that.
Gotta respect that.
The Herons host Chicago FC tomorrow at Drive Pink Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:30.
That's kind of how you legitimize any sort of program, whether it be college, NFL. You spend a lot of money and you get a nice training facility, and people are like, "Oh, wow, yeah, they care."
On the up and up, yeah.
I like it.
Did you hear about this? Brickell-based tech company KCI are in talks with the Miami-Dade Arena for naming rights. The Heat, of course, they're going to be hosting the Nets at the Miami-Dade Arena for now.
What is it?
Tomorrow at 8. KCI.
Say
KC.
it.
I'm sorry,
again.
KCI. KCI.
What the hell?
I have it phonetically spelled out. I still got it right.
What is it?
KCI in Brickell.
I don't even spell that. Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know how to spell
KCI.
KASEYA.
I mean, I'm just reading how he wrote it.
KCIA software company. Is that what we're talking about?
Yep,
Or am I
KCI tech company.
KCIA? Nice. Okay, so it'd be the Miami Heat are going to take on at KCIA Arena.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Brickell-based. And of course, for our fans from Argentina, especially, Lionel Messi scored his 800th career goal for club and country last night in Argentina's 2-0 win over Panama. The match was a friendly.
Wow, he's still playing, huh?
Pretty good.
I mean, look,
pretty.
if I win the World Cup, you're not gonna get it. And I'm Messi. I'm already the most accomplished soccer player of all time.
Nah, that's debatable, but
That is definitely debatable. There is a Pele that exists.
There's a Diego Maradona.
Yeah, there's a lot of other people, but you know what I mean. Of this generation, it's fair at least. The best soccer player. I already won the World Cup. I'm not gonna play anymore. You want me to play in a friendly? What? Get out of here. I'm done.
Yeah, go beat up on Panama. What?
Get out of here. You want me to run around?
Oh man. Well, real quick, let's step into the day spa. A zebra escaped a South Korean zoo and was wandering the streets of Seoul for 3 hours. This is how bad that is. If I were walking around Seoul, Korea, and I saw a zebra in the streets, I would think that's pretty par for the course, right? Wouldn't surprise me.
I would be along for the ride.
Yeah.
I just think
It'd be fun to just watch.
Yeah.
Are they dangerous?
No. I mean, everything can be
harmless?
dangerous. Yeah, but they're not usually aggressive.
I don't know. It's a zebra. They're black and white stripe. I think he was just trying to tap into his soul.
Oh.
-1.
Oh.
Quickly.
-1.
Ooh.
It's very sad.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So what happened with the zebra?
Yeah, did anyone
Are you okay, Dan?
Dan froze?
Probably flying out here to Ultra Fest. Imagine if you're at Ultra and you see
Yeah.
a zebra going through the crowd.
No, I'm sure a lot of people are reporting zebras.
I
but
would
there's no
find a way
actual
to not be
zebras.
in the way of the zebra.
Yeah.
And then I'll just.
Do you know how zebras defend themselves by running away in herds because they have the stripes and it confuses the predators?
Mm.
Well,
So they like
That's
I would.
cool.
I would
Wait,
just hope that.
are they chill?
wait.
Would they be lit?
Fig finds it cool that a natural animal defends itself by running away and confusing its prey.
That
I
is
love
cool.
that.
That's different. Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna fight with you. It's like
It's the confusing part for me.
I'm gonna confuse you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I would just hope that that poor animal does not get hurt.
No,
Yeah, for
no,
sure.
no.
Yeah.
South
That's-
Koreans aren't. It's not in North Korea. It's in South Korea.
Well, I was
Okay.
talking about
All right.
Ultra.
Oh,
People get
yeah.
scared and then do.
I'm sorry, a zebra at
weird
Ultra?
things to
I
react
would
to that.
definitely want to pet a zebra if it's walking through the crowd at Ultra.
Guys, are we sure it's an actual zebra? It is Ultra,
There might just be someone dressed up as a zebra, which
Yeah.
would be awesome.
It's
too.
a tree, guys.
It's a tree.
It's a
bruh.
tree. I can see Figgy's face. She wants us to go to break. So we're going to go to break. We're going to come back with a little hashtag what's trending here on the Tobin Leroy Show, 560 WQAM. 560 WQAM. This is the Tobin and Leroy show. Tobin off this week. Leroy is golfing at a charity event today and tomorrow. I am Dan Day, along with Marcos Gonzalez and Jennifer Figueroa, aka J Fig. Right now, we're going to do a little hashtag What's Trending. Let's go around real quick and get everybody familiar with your handle on Twitter. I am at Dan Day Radio.
I am at ARTGODSAVII, Argot Savvy.
And I am JFig Radio on Instagram.
Yes, you got a new Twitter, didn't you?
I have a new Twitter. It is I am JFig.
Wow.
That is just one G.
One
That's
G.
how you actually spell my name, by the way.
That's how you do it.
Oh, we might have a spelling bee later, but go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Will not prep for that.
All right.
Please don't. If you get everything
Let's
right, how
see.
much
So
fun is
what?
that?
There's Twitter, there's Instagram, and I think that's it, right?
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
I got one.
You got it? Yeah, I wish.
I tell jokes on it. Actually,
I
a friend of
wish.
mine, they do.
They
Yeah.
do. You know
They have
what?
jokes,
That is
right?
crazy that I did not know that OnlyFans actually has a variety of things.
For
It's just
sure.
pay-per-view on the internet. People tell jokes,
Yeah.
people have cooking tips, other
Yep,
people
yep, yep.
choose to do other things on OnlyFans, but it gets
really
kind
cool.
of this.
I should go on OnlyFans and do movie ratings.
That would be, I would-
Oh, that'll be like a huge
the
mystery.
only thing is like
There's
there's a,
already have their money.
there's
That's
a
so smart.
there's a minimum on OnlyFans though that you can charge. Like
Really?
I would like to charge like $1 a month and just try to get as many fans as possible, but there's like a minimum you have to charge a month.
Dan, I'd pay more than $1 for your OnlyFans.
I know, but I I want to keep the expectations low. Nonetheless,
Doesn't Mark Hockman have something similar to OnlyFans?
He
He has
has
like
a-
some kind of subscription going on.
a Twitter thing though.
yeah,
right?
he has that Twitter
Super
Plus.
followers.
What is that? What goes on there?
Yeah.
Who knows? Every day Twitter is changing
Crazy
because
I kind of gave up on that.
ownership. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, what we're going to do right now is go to social media, check out
Ooh.
what's trending. One thing that is trending,
Yes.
and this could be in the spelling bee later, Joe Zagacki.
Oh wow.
He's
Joe
trending.
Zagacki is trending.
He's posted a picture from Kansas City pregame,
Yes.
Hurricanes, Cougars. That's University of Miami versus the University of
Of course, that would
Houston.
stand out to
All
me.
right.
We're in KC with Mrs. Kane's voice, ready for the Sweet 16. Go Canes. There's a picture of him outside of a billboard with the U and Houston sign. And it's he and his lovely wife. My thing is, it's a great picture. Awesome. Cannot wait to hear Joe Zagacki on the call tonight, right here on
Yes.
560 WQAM. 6:30 is when the pregame starts. But his wife has taken the handle at Mrs. Kane's voice. That's hardcore.
That is again. I aspire for the days where we have me and my wife have matching Instagram handles. Maybe I can be Mr. whatever she is, Mr. Planet Saver.
You aspire for the day?
That's the day. That's when I know that
That's
I've made
love.
it. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
love, you know. My grandparents were married for 75 years.
Yep.
Spent every day together. Well, what did you do? Well, me and my girl, we've got a matching.
I wouldn't even say it. I just show them our Instagram. I'd say, you know what we did.
Good job right there. Also,
I would never do that.
I'm a little,
What?
I'm a little-
Sorry.
Will
No offense to
Manso.
anyone who does.
Will Manso. I don't know if this is a joke or if this
dream.
is serious, but
Yeah.
drinks at Mark Hockman's house tonight in Boca to celebrate FAU. I'll bring some boneless wings. I'm guessing that's a joke.
Yeah, the boneless
Yes,
thing
he
is a
loves
giveaway.
boneless wings.
No, I understand that part.
That is the sauce that he
But
likes, right?
Is there a
Boneless wings.
party and drinks at Mark Hockman's house and we're not invited?
No, he doesn't like people that much.
He has a parade going on and we have no idea.
I told you it was gonna be at his house.
You're really onto something there.
I'm thinking it's a
knew it.
joke. I think Will Manso's joking around right there. Okay, I hope he is. I'm gonna
Of course,
gonna
he's
tell
not gonna
myself.
Are you hurt?
advertise someone else's party on Twitter. I think you can do that.
That's true. Good job.
What?
Thank you for making me feel better, Marcos. What do you have? What's trending, Marcos?
All right, so I saw that Vin Diesel.
No,
was
you took
trending.
mine.
All right, cool. So maybe I shouldn't do Vin Diesel then.
Go
I
on.
was trying to figure out why, and I'm not sure if you actually saw why.
No, I
JFig.
don't.
I just
Tell me.
keep seeing a meme that keeps circulating, and I was like, "There's
Is it
no
a bunch of Vin Diesel?
way. Yeah, like there's no way that this has any sort of I guess credence to it. I don't even know if that's the correct word, but they say that scientists at Princeton to be exact, replicated what they feel the first human would look like.
Ooh.
This is what I saw. Scientists at Princeton University have reconstructed this 3D model of how Adam, the first human being created by God, might have looked, and he looks strangely like Vin Diesel.
True.
And now, Vin Diesel's really big into family,
True.
and no one drives better than him. Not sure how that correlates with this, but
Keep talking.
do you think Vin Diesel do you think the first human ever may have looked like Vin Diesel?
No.
Yeah, I think it would have been uglier.
I feel
I-
like
I-
they would have
yeah.
a lot more hair.
A lot more hair is what I was thinking.
A
too.
lot more hair, and the
Come
body
on.
type would have been probably a little bit different.
Like,
Just
doesn't this guy have a
evolution.
5 o'clock shadow?
Evolution.
This is strange.
Yeah. But
How
I
did he
mean,
cut his hair?
I don't know if Vin Diesel
How
feels
did he
good
cut
about
his
that.
hair?
about
That he
this.
looks like the first human.
Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about that.
What if he's like, they're on to me?
I mean, Vin Diesel could be a billion years or whatever, millions of years old too. I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know if I was gonna try to give my top 4 or top 5 Vin Diesel movies. I don't even know if I can name 5 Vin Diesel.
What's
mean-
that babysitting one?
Oh, that's a good one. I gotta look it up.
Pacifier. The
Pacifier.
pacifier.
I was gonna say
that's
all I
another
know
one.
is Triple X and
Oh yeah,
Fast and
Wait,
Furious.
what's the one where they? Oh no,
Chronicles of Riddick. He was in that one too.
Goodness.
Triple X.
the one that he's like, "Oh, are you afraid of the dark?"
Pitch Black? No.
Oh,
Bloodshot? No.
I don't know.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, let me tell you what his number 1 role is. Vin Diesel. This is what he should be trending for. Do you know that he made millions on millions of dollars playing Groot?
I'm sure he did.
He just goes,
And he literally, what does he just do?
I am Groot.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he does is just say, I am Groot. And he literally is now in the MCU racking in millions on millions by
That's
saying,
good.
I am Groot.
Set for life.
Yep.
Because even if his career falls apart and he can never act again, he can always go on those little tours that they go and sign autographs and take pictures with people. It's very,
Very
nice.
true.
Very nice. Figgy, do you have anything that's trending?
Well, he took mine.
Okay, well, I'll get to it.
But you know what? I can add on to this.
Yes.
I rode the Fast and the Furious ride
Did you?
last weekend.
Yes.
Because obviously
was
you
actually
were in
pretty good.
Orlando at
Yeah.
Universal.
It's like the third time I said it.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I have to just give you all the content.
Thank you.
But it was my first time riding it,
Yeah.
and I gotta say the acting
Mm.
in that ride.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Didn't like it?
Okay, let's break down. What do you mean by acting?
It
Yeah, for sure.
Were there people standing next to your?
So basically,
No.
the
Cart?
ride is you're getting in a bus,
Yes.
and it's a party bus, and you're in the beginning. It's Ludacris goes and says, "Oh,
That's
we're
right.
gonna take you to a party,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
and the party bus is gonna pick you up."
Luda.
But then, you're in the bus, and you never get to a party.
Because things are fast and furious, J Fig. Things get crazy sometimes.
And the amount of insanity that you come across when
Yeah.
you're on the ride,
You didn't like it? You didn't like the acting?
it's intense. Like Vin Diesel comes out of nowhere with holding onto a helicopter, and he's like, "Don't worry,
Yeah.
guys, I got you,"
And he did have
with
us.
no struggle whatsoever. And also, when they were at a weird, it wasn't even a party. I'm not gonna say it was a party because it just wasn't a party.
Yep.
They were talking to each other, but they were staring at us. It was just weird.
They
I
wanted to
didn't like
engage
it.
us. It's one of those rides where you don't move.
It was extremely,
not a roller
extremely
coaster.
corny.
It's one of those 3D screens. They were doing their best.
I'm gonna skip it. Thank you,
So
Fig.
sorry.
I
You probably
appreciate
should.
that.
You probably should.
What also is trending? My Wody from New Orleans, although we're from way different wards. He's from Uptown in the Garden District, and I'm from 7th Ward.
Yes.
Peyton Manning is trending, and because
Wow.
he's celebrating a birthday, he is
he?
47, a birthday, as they say. As my Cajun grandmother would say, birthday.
Nice.
Birthday, 47 years old today. Maybe the greatest regular season quarterback of all time.
Regular season.
Yeah, he won 2 Super Bowls though. He also lost one to the Saints, which I appreciate. Thanks for taking one for the team. But yeah, Peyton Manning's birthday today. So happy birthday, Peyton Manning. My greatest Peyton Manning memory would have to be him losing to the Saints in the Super Bowl right here in Miami. I know that's probably not his favorite memory,
Yep.
but to me, that's what I will always remember most from Peyton Manning. And then, of course, the great Manning cast. You got to admit, that Manning cast is unbelievable on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I do. I do like the Mannings. They are pretty funny. And his commercials are always great.
Yeah, for a guy that doesn't look like he has a lot of personality, he actually has a lot of personality.
Yep.
I really like that. Marcos, what else do you have that's trending?
All right. Are you guys familiar with this band? Not sure if you've ever heard of them.
Nickelback.
Fall Out Boy.
I love
Yes.
Fall Out
Guys
Boy.
like those guys?
Love Fall Out
Are you
Boy.
cool with them? Is that something that you're into?
Their new song,
I mean, in
their new song,
college and
"Love
high
from the Other
school?
Side," is fantastic.
Is it? When did it come out? Like, is it super
Like a
new?
month.
This is
month
super
ago.
new.
Yeah.
I guess when they announced the tour.
Saying "Love from the Other Side."
There you go.
Yeah, great song.
Never heard it.
I love Fall Out Boy. Go ahead.
So what about them?
Well, Fall Out Boy will be appearing, or yeah, I think it says appearing on the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. So I'm assuming that they have some music that they're going to be advertising and they'll be performing it live if you guys are
It's
interested.
the one that Daniel just sang to us.
That's gonna be that.
Apparently.
Definitely gonna be
I think
that.
if only
We're
someone.
going down, down.
So, sugar, we're going down. What about Dance Dance? Uma Thurman.
Dance.
Uma Thurman.
What about
Dance,
Thanks for the
dance.
Memories?
Thanks for the memories.
Oh,
thanks
even
for-
though they were so clean.
See,
Yeah.
tastes like you, only sweeter. They got that from the movie Closer. Have you ever seen Closer?
No.
Natalie Portman.
No.
Well, she's like, well, they end up cheating on each other in a relationship, and he's like,
damn.
"What does he taste like?" She goes, "Tastes like you, only sweeter." Now, Fall Out Boy's great. I like Fall Out Boy. If you like the emo music, they are
They have some good hits.
purveyors of
They
emo
do.
pop. They're great. Pete Wentz, Patrick
Handsome.
Stump,
Mhm.
great guys. Figure you got something that's trending.
Me.
You are trending.
No.
Are you? Wait, I did think I thought
That
I
is
saw
impressive.
something about you. I really legitimately thought I saw
I would
something
be
about you.
super concerned if that was the case.
Yeah, actually, too. I'll be like, oh my God.
There is. Oh no. Never mind. I won't even touch that subject.
Of course, what is trending? Owls at Volunteers trending because
Ooh.
the Owls took care of those Tennessee Volunteers last night. I was so stoked up. I was so excited. It was unbelievable for me because I was pretty open about how I doubted the FAU Owls, and I'm very, very wrong. Dusty May also last night got his 100th career win.
Nice, impressive.
Dusty May doing some great things in Boca Raton.
Indeed.
Going to have a lot more than 100 wins when his career is over. Not sure all of his wins are going to be with
I
the
was gonna
FAU
say,
Owls.
I don't know how long he's going to be here, though.
If I'm a big time university program that needs a coach, I don't know where else you're looking. Is there anywhere else you're looking than old Dusty May? And I'm not saying FAU is not a great place to coach. I'm just saying there's some deep pockets in the NCAA Division I men's basketball world. Nonetheless, let's keep riding this owl as long as we can. Let's go Owls. You get Kansas State tomorrow. That's going to be a big one. I'm going to have to get around and watch that one. Figure you're supposed to be going to the Panthers game possibly. But,
Possibly.
but there's going to be a TV in there. So you have no
Yes.
doubt Mark Hockman's going to be in that suite with you because you're going to be
Mhm.
living the sweet life. If you do go to the game,
Mhm.
he's going to have the game on for sure because he is Mr. Boca Raton.
He is.
But officially,
He
won the award.
actually has the key to the city.
Did he really?
No.
Okay, thank God.
It is believable, though.
It is believable. I mean,
He should.
He should, I think.
I don't even want to get into why he should have a key to Boca Raton.
He's just going to use it for things like going into
Soft serve ice cream.
get a
and-
shamrock shake.
Getting more Kirkland
Yeah, so he's harmless. I say we give it to
brand
him.
items.
We're going to discuss later on why Mark Hockman should have the key to the Boca Raton city. But next, we're going to get into there was an incident last night, speaking of the Panthers game, a small incident. We're going to just take a look at it right here on the Tobin Leroy Show on 560 WQAM. 560 WQAM, Tobin and Leroy show. Dan Day, J Big, Marcos Gonzalez. Hit me up on social media at Dan Day Radio. Of course, talked about it earlier. The Panthers did lose a critical game to the Maple Leafs last night. Another bad second quarter did them in, and a lot of people are upset with the Panthers. Do want to make mention of this. Not going to try to really get into the political issues or the ethical issues or the moral issues. Just want to let you know that an incident, or maybe a lack thereof incident, did happen last night pre-game. See, last night at FLA Live Arena, it was LGBTQ plus Pride Night there. And across the league, teams were encouraged to wear a warm-up sweater that had a Pride patch on it. Some teams did abstain from doing that. The Panthers decided they were going to wear the pregame sweaters with the patch. Eric and Mark Stahl, the Stahl brothers, pregame even said, we've decided not to warm up. And they issued a statement saying they've decided not to warm up. They just, just wanted to abstain, basically, is what they said. And then after the game, one of the brothers said, we stand by our previous statement. That's really all I have to say. Some people are very upset. Some people are saying, it is their right in this country. And you do have a right in this country to have opinions and to believe what you want to believe and not warm up if you choose. And it's one of those things. So there was LGBTQ plus Pride Night last night at FLA Live Arena, and the Stahl brothers chose not to warm up. And the reason they chose not to warm up was because they did not want to wear the warm-up jersey with the Pride patch. And as I look at that, once again, it is a free country and you do have that right. And I'm very proud. And very proud that all of our ancestors came to this country for those rights. So I'm not making a statement either way. I have my own personal beliefs. I'm not going to push them on you right now. The Stahl brothers did what they thought was right. They stood by their statement. The rest of the league, though, did as much as they could to celebrate that community and make some type of gesture. The teams that totally just didn't wear they just didn't wear the pregame stuff. That, once again, it was within their rights, whether you agree with it or not. Stahl brothers, they played. They just did not warm up. And, really, that's really all that I care to say, really get into it. I do like the fact that there is an LGBTQ plus Pride Night. I do like the fact that the Florida Panthers did observe it. I do like the fact that they had the pregame sweaters with the patches. But I do respect, once again, the fact that the Stahl brothers have their right to not warm up or have their beliefs. And maybe it's a religious belief, maybe it's a political belief. That's their beliefs. And I respect that as much as anyone else does. And does it take away from the game? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit for me. But at the same time, it's one of those things that, it happens. And I want to just make note of it. I didn't want to just gloss over it. So many people would just gloss over it and say, well, just don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's actually not the and not to just point them out. It's not the first time it's happened around the league. The Nashville Predators prospect Luke Prokop, I think is his name. He's the first openly gay player under the NHL contract. He recently spoke out about it because there's been several Pride Night issues around the league. The San Jose Sharks goaltender James Reimer chose not to partake in warm-ups on Pride Night, citing his religious beliefs. Mm-hmm. But as Prokop mentioned, it could be a little disheartening to some people. I can understand where they these are important. Whatever the cause is, they have the Latin nights during a time of social unrest. The NBA was pivotal as far as the Black Lives Matter movement. Colin Kaepernick in the NFL. Every sport kind of goes through these things. Even if I remember playing FIFA as a kid, and this is like FIFA, like early 2007, 2008 or whatever, and seeing even in the video game signs in the advertisements within the game where it says like end racism, right? And I'm like, why are these signs here? It was so confusing to me personally, but growing up and getting a better understanding of the world and the things that actually go on, you really see that sports is constantly used as a platform to push a narrative because they know that there's going to be a lot of eyes that want to see LeBron James, Michael Jordan. And while we have these eyes, it is honorable to see these organizations use that opportunity to spread inclusion messages. Right. And like you were saying, though, I also respect, the San Jose Sharks goaltender as well as the Panthers players for choosing their own right,
Mhm.
and also choosing not to be disrespectful about it. They're not burning certain things, or they're not saying that this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. They're just choosing not to partake. That's their
They're
choice
just
as well.
removing themselves.
They're abstaining.
Exactly, and that's
Abstaining.
okay. How else are you supposed to,
And that's the other thing. Like, I don't need athletes telling me what to think and what to do. No, they have a right.
Yeah.
To believe what they believe and even vocalize it. You also have the right not to listen to them and not agree with them at the same time. And that's why I respect the Stahl brothers. They have a right to not agree or not want to do that, and they didn't. And that's their right. And all I can say is this isn't a political issue for me right now. What I'm saying is, growing up as a white male in the deep South, in the heart of racism and everything, I have learned that hatred and bigotry and anger only pulls people apart. Love and understanding brings people together. And that's not politics. That's just what I've experienced in my life. So, as inclusive and as loving and as understanding we can be, let's try to be that. Let's try to bring the world together and not pull ourselves apart, because we've seen what trying to pull ourselves apart can do. And I know what caring, loving, and accepting and understanding each other can possibly bring one day. So let's try to keep that in mind and just love each other today as much, especially when the Hurricanes win both games today. We'll be very happy because FAU and the Hurricanes will have moved on to the Elite Eight. We're going to talk about that more next here on 560 WQAM.
Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get the energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy Show. I am Jay Fig. This is Dan Day.
I am Dan Day with my mic off.
And this is Marcos.
It is I.
Gonzalez, art god savvy. Let's get into some Panthers talk. Oh my goodness. You had that 7-game streak of scoring points, rising in the standings. You lose the other night to the Flyers. That's okay. You know, you're missing a couple of people. Bobrovsky was out. Anthony Duclair out. Sam Bennett out. You said, okay, bump in the road. It's NHL. It's professional sports. We'll get them back. Play the Maple Leafs. You really can go out there and say, okay, we're right. We're good. You have another terrible second period. And now you're still in the playoff hunt. But, man, that one really took me down a little bit right there. Took me down a little bit. I believe the Panthers will make the playoffs. After that, I can't make any promises. I don't know about you, Marcos.
Yeah, okay, so the Panthers and the Miami Heat have mirrored each other for like quite some time. It seemed like last year they played on the same day every year, and it seems like this year the trend of their seasons has mirrored each other.
Yeah.
So the Panthers were a little bit ahead of the Heat in that they had picked up momentum. They had picked up a solid win streak of some sort, getting close to the playoffs, and they were in the wait and see mode. Have the Panthers figured it out? Is this what we've been waiting for? And it kind of seems like these last 2 losses sucked the wind out of the entire momentum that we had there. Yeah, sure, maybe we'll stumble into the playoffs, but I can't anticipate us getting past the first round. Now, I'm hoping for the Heat that, you know, again, they've been mirroring each other the whole season. Hopefully, I'm not feeling this way about the Heat in about a week or two, but unfortunately, I kind of feel like they had me. This was their last opportunity to convince me as a fan that they were legitimate. And now these last 2 losses, I'm kind of back to like, we are who you thought we were.
Yeah, I mean, this, like I said, hate week is really going to tell us a lot about the Heat. Like I said, we can get really high and go 4-0. We can go 3-1 and still believe. You go 2-2. Once again, this is the time right now. Panthers, Heat, no more waiting around. You cannot play around. You have to take care of business. This is my thing with the Panthers. Okay, maybe you're playing a little bit better. Now you've lost 2 in a row. That's kind of a bummer, but you got to look at the teams that you might be facing in the playoffs. First of all, Boston, they're having an unbelievable season. Don't really want to face them. Saw what the Maple Leafs can do to you last night in your own place, on your own ice. That's not exciting. Dare I say the Tampa Bay Lightning? Okay, this year we've kind of owned Tampa Bay. Playoffs are a different animal. Not excited about that. Carolina Hurricanes. Now, we're all just in the East right now. We haven't even gone over to the West because heaven forbid we go all the way to the Stanley Cup. But the Carolina Hurricanes, not an easy out right there. New Jersey Devils, also very good. You get the Rangers tomorrow. We'll see how that handles. Even the New York Islanders and the Pittsburgh Penguins, if they make it in, they're going to be a tough one. So looks like the Panthers, they have their work cut out for them. Just looking in the Atlantic Division, the Bruins, the Maple Leafs, and the Lightning ahead of you. You could face any of them in the playoffs. I am not going in confident into any of those 3 teams with a 7-game series. Ooh, man, that's rough. But do you have faith in Paul Maurice and these Panthers? They have said it since the offseason. We're building to the playoffs. We're going to get in the playoffs, and we're built to play a different style of hockey. And when we get into the playoffs, you will see we'll be a tough team to deal with. I really, really, really hope so, because they're going to have some and then there's no easy games in the NHL playoffs, but they're going to have some tall tasks ahead of them, which is going to be very interesting. Of course, we are going to get stoked up on the Panthers and hope they can get their winning ways going, as they are going to host the New York Rangers tomorrow at 5 o'clock over there at FLA Live Arena. Let's real quick go to weather. Weather from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7 at 866-954-MORE. If you are attending Ultra Fest this weekend, Marcos, if you're having a good time.
You know what? I want to see how the weather is outside.
Oh, Fig's going to do it now.
She's Spirit Leroy.
Let's do this. If you ask somebody at Ultra about midday, 3-4 in the afternoon, what the weather's like, they're going to do what?
Honestly, I don't think they'll care unless it's sweltering hot. That's the only thing. Like, if it's raining, they'll fall in love with it.
It's crazy.
J Fig, what do we got?
Partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy.
Partly
All right.
Cloudy.
Yeah,
here
I'll
in-
say. I'll just say it's cloudy. I'll say
We're
it's
in
a little
El
bit.
Portal,
There you go.
Little River,
There you
Little
go.
Haiti, whatever you want to call it. Miami.
Yep.
We're in Miami, actually.
I see no birds.
No
There's
birds.
no birds.
That's good.
But
That's
I
good.
did see an airplane. It's going east.
Oh, okay.
Going
What
towards
does
the
that
beach.
mean, though?
It's going
does
to the
that
beach.
mean?
You know what? It's probably going. You know what?
Does the way
Yeah.
an airplane or just seeing an airplane in the sky affect the weather in any way, shape, or form?
No, but Leroy, it affects or it allows us to determine what direction the wind is blowing.
Right. Leroy's
I-
big about the wind. Well, he plays golf, so
That's the only reason why he's really serious about it. It's very strange.
The
okay.
window. The
Yeah.
window's kind of hot. So.
Well, it's
I mean,
hot
I
in
don't
here
know.
right now.
And it's
Okay.
extremely hot in here.
All right. So what
So
did you?
I'm gonna go ahead and say
Yeah.
it is a quite 84 degrees.
All right.
Would you say in weather terms today is kind of bodacious?
Wow.
No.
It is
Okay.
mostly cloudy, so it is. a
I
lot
would
of
say,
things
yeah.
going on.
When
well,
you say
right
partly,
here, it is partly cloudy.
I mean, it's all in the
don't know
definition,
if-
all in the eye of the beholder.
What is exactly like how much?
I still see a lot of blue.
You know what I like about
It's
these
the
Celsius?
sky, J-Fig. You're gonna see a lot of blue.
You know what I like about these Celsiuses? They're very inclusive. Zero
Oh,
sugar,
yeah,
although
yeah.
that's not very inclusive.
Yeah, I
but
was gonna
nonetheless.
say. It seems like they're not including sugar.
Gluten-free, not inclusive. Kosher though.
Yeah, that's cool. I guess.
Where are you trying to get at? So tell me the actual weather, please, because people
non-GMO.
are
okay,
here
Yes.
to know about the weather.
Yes, the weather. It is 85, mostly cloudy, winds 11 miles per hour, from the southeast with a 14% chance of rain.
Headlines
That
are
was
brought
pretty
to you by
close.
the new
Not that
Palmetto
close.
Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The biggest story of them all right now, FAU defeated Tennessee 62-55 to advance to their first Elite Eight in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. They're going to take down the Kansas State. Whoa, I just forgot their name. I want to call them the Horned Frogs. I'm thinking of TCU, Kansas State
Yeah.
Wildcats,
Oh, I was gonna say Jayhawks
because they downed Michigan State Spartans
Yep.
98-93 in overtime. The game's going to be tomorrow at 6. UConn. They're the Huskies. They defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Okay.
Hogs.
now you're flexing.
88-65. Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Oh,
They
okay.
buried the UCLA Bruins with a
All
late
right.
3, 79-76. But we're worried about today because it's all about the now and it's all about the U. Woo, woo. They're going to be taking on the Cougars of Houston.
Nice.
That's 7:15.
You had to pause for that one.
I was trying to find what the Cougars city was. I don't know. 7:15 tonight. That's 7:15. You get a little bit of warm-up action, so you can go to Bob's Your Uncle, my neighborhood dive bar, start getting the beers going around 6:30 when San Diego State takes on Alabama. Alabama, the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. Can't wait for them to get their you-know-what beat. But nonetheless, get ready for that Canes game, 7:15. Then you get Princeton and Creighton. If it were a battle of academics, Princeton's got this, but Omaha's Creighton does have a good basketball team. Trying to throw it out there. Creighton, the Blue Jays, they're from
Guys,
Omaha.
I went up.
What?
I went up in
What does
this
that mean?
group bracket, whatever.
Oh,
you call it.
nice. You're not at the bottom anymore.
I'm not at the bottom anymore. This makes me happy.
Excellent.
Princeton and Creighton, they tip off at 9. Then you got Xavier and Texas. They're going to be duking it out at 9:45. A lot of people have Texas as their team to beat in this NCAA tournament. They are
Ooh.
very good. They pistol whipped Kansas a couple times this season, and then of
Did
course
they?
Arkansas pistol whipped Kansas too.
Wow.
Nonetheless, before all that, actually, you might want to go to Bob's Your Uncle right now or
Yeah.
on the Rocks, my neighborhood dive bars, and just get ready for the Canes women's game. 2:30 tip off today against Villanova. That's going to be fun right
It's
there.
right around the corner.
I think what I'm going to do when I get off the air, I'm going to go to the gym and watch it while I'm working out.
Wow, that's impressive.
Cool.
You can feel like you're one with the team.
I'm sure they're much better physical specimens than I, but nonetheless, you,
Sure.
you had that picture of Katie Meyer and Jim Larinaga up
Oh,
yesterday,
yeah,
which was
for
very
sure.
interesting. I was very excited to see that. I
All
did notice
smiles.
Jim Larinaga was just running around campus. This is what I liked about most of the pictures they took with Jim Larinaga. He was chopping it up with the students, but 9 out of 10 pictures, he's chopping it up with the female students. Jim Larinaga, just,
You know why? Because he understands how good they've been in the tournament thus far, and he's trying to pick their brain.
there you go.
Smart, man.
Fitty's moving up in her bracket, so there you go.
I like it. Okay, wait. I got a question about the bracket though. Like, how do you even? If you get one wrong, you're not eliminated. What is it like? Who's ever?
I think
closest?
it's points. Each round you get points for how
You
many
get points.
how many of your teams win. So
Oh.
like in the first round,
Yeah.
every team that you have that wins, you get 1 point.
Nice.
In the second round, every team that wins, 4 points.
Yeah,
Third
whatever.
round.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But if you, let's say you got it wrong in the first round, then there's a chance that like the amount of points you're going to get later on is going to be less
Exactly.
because, okay, so you're not
So, like,
picking every week.
So like if you had Purdue winning the whole thing,
Yeah, then you're
it's not going to kill you in the first round, but in the long run, it's going to kill you because
For
you can't
sure.
get those points as the tournament advances because they're not going to be available to win.
Wow, that's kind of fun. If I would have known that was the rules, maybe I would have participated. I feel bad.
Wow, you're not in it?
I don't even know how to do it. I just found out.
Well, I didn't know either.
Yeah, but I thought you said this was I don't know, that you're usually at the top or something like that.
No, I said this is my first time ever doing it.
Heard.
And in the first couple days, I was doing pretty well in the
Nice.
bracket, and,
And
then
then
it
it
decreased.
just didn't. Yeah.
Maybe not doing well, maybe doing well, depending on how the relationship was. Newly signed Dolphins receiver Braxton Berrios is said to have
Ooh.
split with his reality TV star girlfriend, Sophia Coppola. Not Coppola,
Okay.
Sophia Coppola. That'd be a whole different relationship.
Wow.
Two started dating in 2020. I guess if you're a Dolphins fan, you just hope it doesn't affect his play on the field.
I think it will positively. He's going to be focused.
Some people get really upset when relationships end. I'm
Yeah.
the opposite. I
I
get
think
so
he
excited.
will have enough time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a professional too, by the way.
Right.
Also very handsome.
Yeah,
Get your head in the
single
game.
man in Miami. Wow,
Oh.
tough times. The Marlins are finishing up their final week of spring training tonight at 6:40. They face the Astros and open the season at home Thursday against the Mets. You guys are going to be out there for that.
Yes.
Marcos,
Apparently.
most likely, maybe not.
Yeah, actually, I think
They're going
he
to get
said
you
that
out
it's a possibility still. I don't know.
No,
what the hell's
there
going on.
it's a good chance.
It's a good chance.
It's a good chance.
All right,
So
you know what? We're gonna be there, even if we're not broadcasting from there. We're all gonna just go
exactly.
and
So if you
enjoy
want to
it
go
as a
ahead
family.
and find us,
Yes,
you can.
You guys are going to let everybody know what section and what areas you're going to be at.
Eventually, we will
Yes.
get to that point.
We
On all the
will be
social media.
signing autographs if anybody likes
Mhm.
me specifically.
I was wondering, does anybody sign and do autographs? I know they do because
Yeah.
I've been to like sports stores that have done it, but like,
Yeah,
isn't it more about getting that IG picture and getting those likes
Nope.
nowadays as opposed to getting an autograph?
I do not do pictures. I only do autographs. I'm sorry. I'm bringing it back.
I do want to touch on this. Coco Gauff won her opening match at the Miami Open, defeating Canadian Rebecca Marino in
Nice.
straight sets. The Delray native also made her acting debut on Monday. CW drama All
Ooh.
American Homecoming, which focuses on athletes at a fictional HBCU.
Oh wow.
I love Coco Gauff. And when I say
Yeah.
I love her as a person, as an athlete, as a figure.
Yeah, for sure.
She's my favorite tennis player.
Is
Maybe.
she?
Well, no, I don't know, man. Nick Kyrgios. I really do like
Oh,
Nick
yeah, that's true.
Kyrgios.
You do like that guy.
Are you my stream of thought?
I am.
You do like him. Oh, yeah.
I have heard you talk about him though.
No, I like him because he gets fired up and he's interesting for the game and he's fun to watch and he starts drinking beers between matches.
which
like-
is cool.
He drank a fan's beer one time. Like, he's just like, hey, give me that, man. And he's fired up. Nah, he does have some drawbacks. His firiness sometimes goes off the court and spills into his personal life. So there,
Personal schmertional.
well, kind of some of the stuff he did is not forgivable. At least.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't want to get into too much of his personal business, but yeah, but I do like Nick Kyrgios a lot. But Coco Gauff's right up there with him, and that's the cool thing about golf. Like, you don't even have to specify my favorite female or male tennis player. That's just straight up. Like, some people say the greatest tennis player of all time is not Venus. I'm sorry about that, Serena Williams. Although Venus is pretty darn good too.
Yep.
It's one of those sports like beach volleyball. Doesn't
Ooh,
matter if you're a guy or a girl. You're just good or you're not good.
That's tough, man.
I'm
That's
not
one of
good.
those Olympic sports. You were talking about Olympic sports that you normally like wouldn't watch outside of Olympic season. Beach volleyball, whatever the Olympics comes, or like
Oh,
even
I'm in.
normal volleyball too. It's intense, man. Those things get intense.
I'm in, man. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Want to show some love. The 35-0 Nova Southeastern Sharks outlasted Cal State San Bernardino 94-87 to advance to the Division II National Championship Saturday at 2. They're going to be playing not Western. Put some respect on the name. West Liberty University.
Out of West Virginia.
That's quite a feat right there. If you can go 36-0 on a season and win,
That's impressive.
and win a national championship. It's good. And they used to show it on national TV. I don't know if they still do, but yeah, West Liberty University, as Marco said, is from West Virginia. So it's a clash right there. Lionel Messi scored his 800th goal for club and country last night in Argentina's 2-0 win over Panama. The match was a friendly. Marco said, if I'm one of the greatest players of all time,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be competing in a friendly.
I changed my mind though, because he wanted 800.
That
No.
Give me this.
Yeah.
The second you score that goal, you're out of there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, I won't even finish the game. Let's say it's like the 4th minute. I am done. I am.
Are you gonna sit on the bench and joke around with the guys?
No,
Are you?
I'm hitting the showers, dude. I am out of here. 800 goals. I'm the best. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's up there too, though.
Yeah, he's definitely up there, and I personally like Ronaldo better. But I understand that Ronaldo is like a LeBron or like a Greek freak. He was born a physical specimen. He
Mhm.
should be succeeding at the level that he is due to his talent and his physical ability. Messi's like a short, little, normal looking guy. For him to be as successful as he is, that guy's got to be good.
Absolutely
It's
great.
like, how the hell did he get here?
But of course, and there's an argument. The best soccer player, football player in the world
yes,
is France's own Kylian Mbappe.
I was gonna say Mbappe.
Mbappe, a hat trick in the World Cup final.
Like, come on.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I thought he got the one at the very end. I thought in the last minutes of that extra time, I thought he got him.
Same.
I thought and I was sober, so you can't say like, oh, you're drinking, you're crazy.
Yeah.
France had two. Good. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. But nonetheless, congratulations to Argentina. Well deserved.
Yep.
Very well deserved. Congratulations to Messi. You got your World Cup. Now you got to win another one, and you're not because
800 goals.
You already said you're not going back to another World Cup. I don't
For
blame you. But Diego Maradona had 2 for Argentina, so just throwing that out there.
He cheated though.
How did he cheat?
Hand of God.
So let's take a step into the day spot. A 29-year-old woman who posed as a high school student for 4 days says that she did so because she was lonely and longed for the days when she was popular in high school. You know what I'm thinking, Figgy?
What are you thinking?
This is not the plot of Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, glad I leaned on you for that one.
Appreciate it.
So, if you didn't
You
know,
leaned wrong.
Never Been Kissed is basically Drew Barrymore she writes for a newspaper. That shows you it's probably an old movie. She writes for a newspaper. She goes back to high school to kind of like document the high school life, and then she like kind of falls in love with someone, not a guy from high school, but nonetheless, and she ends up having the romantic high school dream of a relationship. My thing is this: if you want love and attention, don't fake like you're a high school student. Do what the rest of us do.
Yeah.
Tinder, Hinge, all those other great apps that you can go on your phone.
You'll find love there?
What about fitnesssingles.com?
Oh, no free promo.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. What? Wait, nothing wrong with the story?
No. With,
Okay. I'm sorry. Yes.
Dan trying to find love on those apps.
Dan's a lover.
Dan's a lover.
My
He's not a
doo-doo-
fighter.
The doo-doo Clive just texted me, hate the hand of God.
I told you, man. He cheated. I don't know. It's an asterisk.
So there's other
So did she find love?
Did she?
No.
Or no?
No.
No.
She's getting
No.
sued.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
found herself.
You can't go amongst minors and parade around as them.
Sorry, how old was she again?
29.
29. Okay, so 29, go back to high school.
Just imagine me going back to high school.
Yeah.
Number one, I would not do that.
You would be so emo, though. It would be so awesome.
It's not that time anymore, though. I'd
Also,
definitely be like,
no.
wow.
Why would I go back to school?
I wasn't popular
Yeah.
in high school. Why would I go back to a time where I was less popular and just not very cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to fit in, and I didn't really want to stand out, so I was just doing my own thing, and it was fun while it lasted. But I'm not gonna go back to it. I have no reason to.
Where'd you go to high school?
I'm not saying anything.
Wow. Okay. Well, with that being said, plus or minus that if you want, we're going to do some plus and minus next here on the Tobin and Leroy Show, 560 WQAM. 560 WQAM. This is the Tobin and Leroy Show. I am Dan Day. You can text in 305-567-0560. 305 text in. Fake news, Dan Day. Maradona has only one World Cup. I looked it up. That's true.
Whoa!
Now, this is the thing. And not to throw shade at the not living anymore.
Yeah.
They defeated England, and he had a great play in there, but he also had a handball that they didn't call, and he got a goal, and that kind of helped them win. So it was kind of a cheap win. I went from saying Maradona won 2 to now kind of degrading him down to 0 World Cups.
Yeah.
My dude Clive, he's British, and he was like, yeah, he dribbled through the whole defense and scored a wonder goal. Yes, he did, but previously before that, there's no live footage of it, but everyone that was there said, oh, yeah, that was definitely a handball. It's
I don't know.
kind of a weird situation. So, Maradona, we love you. I still think you're greater than Messi, but you're tied with Messi for World Cups. And that one World Cup you got against England, although you did have a great goal, you also had a goal that kind of broke the stalemate. And it was let's say 87% a handball that he got away with.
No matter what, they're both great players for sure. But I do think that Mbappe, when it's all said and done, could possibly be better than both.
I agree with that.
He's already been to 2. He already has 1.
Yeah.
And he damn near almost put this one on his back too.
Darn near won that thing by himself.
Yeah, I think he won the MVP trophy.
No one else was playing for France. Griezmann, he decided to get stood up. Benzema didn't even show up. Literally, Benzema did not show up a week after the World Cup, scores a goal with Real Madrid. Like Benedict Arnold over there, nonetheless. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not a +1 -1, it is point -1. What we're going to do right now is we're going to hear some quotes from different people, and we're going to decide whether they are point or -1. First one we got from let's see. Let's go to Mick Cronin. Mick Cronin, of course, he is all about the college basketball scene. He was talking recently about the transfer portal. Let's give it a listen, and let's decide whether it's a point or -1.
The dying words of every successful business is somebody sitting there saying, well, this is how we've always done things. And I would remind that to the new head of the NCAA.
So that right there is Mick Cronin. He's actually the coach of UCLA. He is all things college basketball, but he is the UCLA head basketball coach. Right there, Marcos, he's saying what Leroy said yesterday. They need to figure out, the NCAA needs to figure out how to deal with this NIL because it is willy-nilly. It is crazy. Are you giving him a point or a -1?
I got to hear. It's a short quote.
Yeah, let's
I got to hear it one more time.
The dying words of every successful business is somebody sitting there saying, well, this is how we've always done things. And I would remind that to the new head of the NCAA.
You know what? Not only am I actually going to give that a point, but I'm also going to give it goosies. I really feel like that's a quote that you can use outside of the NCAA.
Absolutely.
Any dying business the dying words of any successful business or any sort of successful operation, and you can apply this in other aspects of life, is, I guess, getting comfortable in a routine of some sort and thinking that you can do the same thing again and it's always going to work. In order to be successful in anything, you have to adapt. So I know he's complaining about.
If it is a dying business, I think you have to change things up.
Yeah. And look, like he said it, I know he's talking about the transfer portal, but I really feel like you can apply it to other aspects. So I'm going to give him a point for that one.
Transfer portal, NIL, all of those things. He's kind of just saying you got to evolve. You have to get better. So I'm going to give him a point. And Fig, even though I know how you're going to vote, please officially let us know how you feel.
Don't know where my glasses are, but this is a point.
Okay. Point. All right, let's talk about another head basketball coach at the college level. Michigan State's Tom Izzo. They took an L in overtime, although it was a very epic game against Kansas State last night. Now Kansas State has to face those FAU Owls. Fly, Owls, fly. But after the game, they kind of asked Tom Izzo about Kansas State and the game, and he wasn't exactly showering them with praise.
Give them credit, but I mean, they banked in 2 shot clock threes. And they made some big plays, but some of those plays weren't big plays. They were lucky plays.
Wow.
Marcos?
Okay, so I'm kind of torn on this one because I did see the plays that he was talking about. There were some lucky plays for sure. And part of me feels like I'm actually happy to hear someone go up there and not have coach speak or say something that's like, everyone played hard. I like the fact that he was up there and he was a little salty. But then at the end of the day, though, I just don't. You didn't credit the other team at all. You kind of just didn't say that they beat you. You say that you lost, and I'm gonna have to give them -1 for that one.
-1.
I'm going to also have to go with a -1.
-1.
And I'll tell you why. Lucky plays count. Made baskets count. Missed baskets count. Bank shots count. Last I checked, at least. So to sit there and say, they're gonna, and also to diminish Kansas State and everything they did in that game, to say, a couple of plays were just lucky. Luck counts. One time, I think it was an LSU Alabama game. And I think LSU, the football team, missed 3 field goals. And they're like, well, we would have won if we'd have made those 3 field goals. Well, guess what? You didn't make the field goals. Guess what? Kansas State, albeit lucky, made the baskets. Bank shots, they count. So number one, to say they got lucky shots and they bank stuff in and everything, well, luck or no luck, bank shot, no bank shot, a made basket is a made basket. It counts. Also, they got themselves in that position to get lucky and make those baskets. And then to diminish what K-State did and really not even talk up your own team and say, you know what, our guys went out there and they fought hard. A couple breaks here and there. We could have won. We didn't get those breaks. Hats off to Kansas State. Maybe that is coach talk, and it is refreshing sometimes to hear a guy a little salty and a little angry and giving it like that. But to diminish what K-State did, I don't know. I don't like it. That's why I'm going to give Tom Izzo, albeit one of the greatest college basketball coaches of all time, I am going to give him that -1. Fig,
-1.
how do you feel about it?
I actually want to hear it again.
Play it again.
Give them credit, but I mean, they banked in 2 shot clock threes. And they made some big plays, but some of those plays weren't big plays. They were lucky plays.
Stop being salty. It's a -1.
-1.
I always like people that prep things. Give them credit, but it's like pat them on the back and punch them in the stomach at the same time. I don't like that. Just go out there and say, hit some lucky shots. They banked some shots. We should have won that game. I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm furious. My team's better. We deserve to win. Lost. But give them credit. Give them credit. Give them credit. Salty. A little salty. But you know what? It's okay. Just say, like, right now, I'm salty. I'm not going to lie. I felt as though we had every chance to win that game. No. Give them credit, though. So he makes everything okay by saying give them credit. No, it's just it's a bad way to be,
It's
Tom.
like saying no offense.
Yeah. Now I like what they're doing, but anytime it's no offense, but he's my dude, but it's like no, I don't know about all that. That's just no. Now, Elijah Moore, he's headed to Cleveland. And you know what heading to Cleveland means? One day you may rub elbows with one Leroy Horde. Also means at this day and age, you're going to be playing with Deshaun Watson. Here's what Elijah Moore said about his newest teammate.
He's a legit quarterback. It's someone that has been doing some amazing things around the league. He has respect from everybody around the league. They talk really highly about him here, and they believe in him. And, man, with him being my quarterback, I believe in him too. So I'm grateful to be one of his guys.
Elijah Moore talking about Deshaun Watson being elite, a great quarterback, somebody that he's going to be in the trenches with, maybe even in a dog hole with one day. If you listened yesterday, you know what that means. Marcos, are you going to give him a point or -1?
Okay, look, regardless of whatever happened off the field, no one has ever debated whether or not Deshaun Watson was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I know he had a small sample size last year, so we don't know if he still has that same talent. But I'm still going to give Elijah Moore a -1.
-1.
Because that was boring. Like, of course. A wide receiver going to a new team supports his quarterback. Real hot take there, buddy. Deshaun Watson's good. Another hot take there, Elijah.
He's coming from the Jets, so it wouldn't take much to get an elite, by standards, elite.
Exactly. So he didn't say anything profound there. He as a wide receiver going to a better situation for him, he made all the right moves, and it was boring. So -1 to him.
-1.
I'm going to go the opposite route. I like him. He's ride or die right there. He's saying to Deshaun Watson, I respect him. I want to play with him. I think he's elite. We are going to be great together. What I really feel doesn't matter because that's not what you're asking. You're asking how I feel in front of a microphone. And he's going to stand up for his guy and give me, I give him that point right there. Like, very easy to make mention of other things and do other things, but that's not really what it's all about right there. In this situation, for him to sit there and say, I'm backing up my guy, he's elite, he's great, He and I are going to work together. We're going to be good. I like that ride or die mentality. I'm with him till the bitter end, and we're going to make it happen. His personal business is his personal business, but as teammates, he's elite, and we are going to make some very beautiful and wonderful things happen in Cleveland, of all places. Of course, when you're coming from the Jets, you had Zach Wilson last year, Mike White for a little bit. You had Joe Flacco. You had an iffy kind of quarterback situation. So to have somebody that is proven that can sling it around, Elijah Moore, even though he did get traded, he said it came out of nowhere. He said he couldn't be happier, and that's what you would expect from your wide receiver who's never played a day for you, is to just back up his guys. So I do like that, and I do give him a point. So now, Fig, it falls on you. You are the deciding factor all the time anyway, so it's not like the burden's any heavier, but we are at a stalemate. We are at a tie. You are going to decide whether what Elijah Moore said about Deshaun Watson being elite and backing up his QB1 is a point or -1.
We're also out of time to add to all of that, but I'm going to give it a -1.
-1.
Real quick, why?
No.
Yeah, I like
is
that.
why.
That's right. Hey, look, she's spoken. You know what, Dan? She spoke. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, dude. The judge has spoken.
That's how we do it right there. Up next, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about buying wins. Very interesting here on the Tobin Leroy Show, 560 WQAM. 560 WQAM. Fun Friday. It's the weekend. It's the weekend.
I see what you did there.
Huh?
I see what you did there.
Oh, what are we listening to right now? I don't know. No, nonetheless, it is the weekend. It's a Friday show, but this is a bonus Friday. Like, it's a bodacious Friday because you
Wow.
don't just get men's NCAA tournament action. You get
True.
men's NCAA tournament action with the Miami Hurricanes in action against the number 1 seed Houston Cougars.
True.
But before that, you get women's NCAA tournament action, but not just women's NCAA tournament action. You get the Lady Hurricanes, Katie Meyer, the Cavender twins, and that very talented team from Coral Gables taking on the 4 seed Villanova. That's a 2:30 game with the ladies, 7:15 for the guys tonight. And when it comes to the Canes, they cannot be successful in the eyes of the rest of the country without something being a foul. Wall Street Journal. They're a well-respected.
Never heard of them.
No, never heard of them. Okay. Well-respected news outlet. Can't call them a paper anymore. It's not 1990. News outlet. Headline: Miami Boosters splashed the cash, and the Hurricanes have 2 teams in the Sweet 16. Saying straight up, the only reason Miami's teams are in the Sweet 16 is because money and the NIL deals that the Boosters gave. The Hurricanes' high-profile men's and women's basketball transfers who signed lucrative endorsements in the offseason are now key contributors in March. Have the Cavender twins up there. They were at Fresno State before this,
Yep.
Mind you, the powerhouse that is Hannah and Haley. One of them scored 6 points in the win over Indiana, by the way.
Paid for that.
The men, let's look at these huge acquisitions the men's team had.
True.
Norchad O'Meara from Arkansas State.
Yeah.
Powerhouse right there. Took him from Duke, just plucked him right out. Duke, North Carolina, the Blue Bloods. Nigel Pack, Kansas State. Although Kansas State's pretty good nonetheless. I don't understand how when Miami is successful, it's because NIL, boosters, paying all this money. But when other teams are successful, they did it the right way. Even though the level playing field and everybody plays by the same rules. Why is it that you get a headline that says, Miami Boosters splash the cash and the Hurricanes have 2 teams in the Sweet 16? Why is that, Marcos?
It's simple. It's Miami hate. That is the reason why the Hurricanes couldn't have done this through good coaching or, dealing with suspensions in the past and fighting through that. It can't be that they finally use the chip on the shoulder of all these other players to their advantage. It can't be that Katie Meyer and Jim Larinaga have put together, a good game plan.
That's a great point. You are totally diminishing what Katie Meyer and what Coach Larinaga have done.
Yep.
Totally diminishing them.
For sure. No, it's just money, apparently.
Okay.
No matter what South Florida does.
Well, yeah, and I know
there's
why.
hatred always.
I know why. It's obvious. It's obvious why. Because we have great weather, we have beautiful people, and we're what everybody else wants. That's why. But they make it sound like, why would someone want to go to Miami? I mean, it's a great private education school and get a great education, a great network in a beautiful part of the world on a beautiful campus with all types of things to do. South Beach, Coral Gables, Miami, downtown, Brickell, Wynwood. Why would an 18-year-old kid or 20-year-old kid possibly want to go there? But they don't ask, why would someone that's 2021 want to go to the middle of nowhere, Alabama, to Tuscaloosa, where there's absolutely nothing? There's not even an interstate exit. You have to get off the interstate, drive down a highway, then drive to this rinky-dink university with nothing around, and the bars also suck there around a bunch of people that maybe aren't so beautiful or aren't so great. That's okay. They don't question that. No question. Why?
Jeez, Dan.
Why a 5-star quarterback, Bryce Young, would want to leave California and go to the middle of nowhere, Alabama? Of course, he went there before the NILs, but he did get some NIL. But then they question why someone would want to come to Miami. Oh, it's because of the money. It's because John Ruiz opened up his life wallet. It's ridiculous. Everybody is playing with the same set of rules. Everybody has the NIL deals set up. Everyone has the right to transfer to whatever school they want. And they make this narrative like Miami is Darth Vader, the evil empire, and they're just pillaging the best of the best players and just buying wins. That's basically what they're saying. They're basically saying University of Miami pillaging and buying wins. But everybody else doing it the right way. Everybody else.
Find that hard to believe.
Nope. Nowhere at Kansas State last night, they did everything the right way. They won. Gonzaga, they've done everything the right way. They don't do NIL deals there. They don't pay players. They don't do any of that stuff. Maybe they don't have as many transfers. Nope. Never mind Katie Meyer. Never mind Jim Larinaga coaching like it's nobody's business. Doing a great job bringing teams together.
And this isn't an overnight thing. It's not like NIL existed and then all of a sudden we're rising to the top. This has been a slow and steady progress that you can definitely track every year how much we've improved, even with all the sanctions.
Notice also, they weren't saying this about the football team when we were losing.
Yep.
How come it only applies to the basketball team? Oh, I know why. Because they're winning. Yeah, I'm sure Duke, North Carolina, those guys aren't doing NIL deals to get transfers and recruits. No, they're doing it the right way. But Miami, oh no, they're buying wins. I
think it was Winston Churchill's famous quote. They hate us because they ain't us.
It's true. And I've lived in other parts of the country, and I can tell you my best friend, Bo Boudreaux, he hates the U.
What's his name?
Bo Boudreaux. He's very Cajun.
I was going to say, that is the most Cajun name.
And I'll be like, man, why do you hate the U so much? Like, because I'll tell him, like, yo, man, I'm going to go and I'll get you a couple like shirts, some Dolphins stuff. He's like, oh, yeah, Dolphins gear, Heat gear, Marlins gear, Inter Miami. Cool. I was like, what about the U? He's like, nah, I'm not going to wear that. I'm like, why do you hate the U? But back in the 80s, they did everything wrong. I'm like, dude, the 80s? Yeah, man. And then like, all the deals. And I was like, really, why do you hate the U so much? Well, because of the thug U, Catholics versus convicts. If that's the reason you're holding on to your hatred for you, that's a lot.
40 years ago.
Thank you, Marcus, for putting that in perspective.
So sorry.
But then it's the weather and it's we have to deal with a lot of other things at South Florida, and you guys have everything at your disposal in South Florida. You live the good life. Why should you also have a good basketball and football and athletic program down there? Why not?
Haters.
UCLA can have it. UCLA did everything right.
Yeah, no one hates on California.
No.
Never.
Why would you?
Bums.
And California, by the way, the initiators of the NIL, by the way, remember they passed the state law to do that. No one says that UCLA, although they did lose last night, no one says, oh, UCLA, look at that, buying their way to the Sweet 16, because the men's and women's team for UCLA both made it to the Sweet 16, by the way. There's no article, not a one, about UCLA. And I'm pretty sure UCLA got some recruits and some transfers on their team also. But no, it's the Cavender twins. That's the reason why we're pillaged. And that's the other thing. Like we said, it makes it sound like we're going to Duke and North Carolina and UCLA and all the blue bloods and just buying off their players. We're getting guys from Arkansas State, girls from Fresno State, just buying wins, Sweet 16s. And remember, we heard the coach from Ohio saying that the other day, like, oh, I guess paying $800,000 will get you a win in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. No way. It costs way more than
Yeah, come on, man. Give us some credit.
like 800,000. That's what we reported.
It's been millions. Buying wins. Okay, so let me ask you this. If it's that easy,
yeah, why
don't more teams do it? Why is it just Miami? Well, because we're the only people that'll stoop to that level. Is that what we're saying?
If you broke, just say that, baby.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, out of all the college teams in the whole country that are thirsty for wins, that'll do anything to win, they won't do that. We're the only program that's willing to give NIL deals to transfers and recruits. Is that what the Wall Street Journal is also kind of hinting that right there?
I'm telling you, I don't know who this Wall Street Journal is, but they ain't gonna make it.
It boggles my mind that you could legitimately release an article, Miami boosters splashed the cash. And the Hurricanes have two teams in the Sweet 16. The Hurricanes' high-profile men's and women's team. I dare this guy, outside of the Cavender twins, to name a player for either team, by the way.
Yeah.
Basketball transfers who signed lucrative endorsements in the offseason and now key contributors in March. Yeah. Now the Calendar Twins, they did apparently get the university in some trouble. They're going to be the women's team will be on suspension because Katie Meyer apparently facilitated a meeting between the Calendar Twins and John Ruiz. They're getting punished for it.
Which is dumb. We're getting punished because we're Miami. I promise.
Exactly. I'm sure there's no other coach in the whole country that in some way facilitated recruits or transfers meeting with a booster. Nobody. It was just Katie Meyer. Katie Meyer is the one and only coach that did that and that would possibly do something like that. And you know why she's the only one that would do that? Marcos, take a good guess. Oh, no, actually, Fig, take a good guess. Why Katie Meyer is the only coach in the country that would facilitate that.
Why is that?
Why is that, Dan?
Marcos,
Marcos,
take a guess. Take a wild guess.
Because she's from Miami.
No, that's the reason.
That has to be the reason.
That's the reason.
You know how they get down there.
No morals.
Is that the reason?
That's the reason. Okay. Maybe we should just embrace it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You know what? Let's double down. Let's just start saying if you guys are broke, we'll start where we spend money. We'll become like Money Mayweather. When he went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, that's who we are now.
You want to be a poor college athlete?
Yeah.
Not in the spotlight?
Yeah. Where's Ultra at this weekend? In Tuscaloosa?
Bored out your mind? Playing the right way? Or do you want to come down here to South Florida?
Yeah.
Make a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Live the good life.
Go to 11.
Come on out. We'll take care of you at the U. NCAA, do your best. Wall Street Journal, do better.
They ain't gonna make it.
Headlines next, 560 WQAM. Ooh, I can't wait to see the Miami Hurricanes ladies and men's pay their way into the Elite Eight today. How much is that going to cost us, Marcos? How much do you think? No, guys, it's on a different scale, but how much do you think the women's win today is going to cost the University of Miami boosters? I mean, 800,000 got the men out of the first round. Out of the first round.
Yeah, for sure. So I would say probably this is a solid 950.
950 for the ladies.
Yeah, this is easy. This is light. It's light work for us.
I'll say for the men tonight when they play Houston, that's a number 1 seed now.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to weigh that in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to cost us an easy million.
I was going to say 1.3.
Oh, 1.3? Yeah, I could see that. Just to ensure that we win and get into the Elite Eight. I don't know how much it costs FAU. No, that's right. They don't play by those rules. They don't break the rules.
No,
FAU
that's only UM.
Yeah. There's no NIL deals at FAU. Zero.
Yep.
No transfers, no players, no recruits, no nothing. No. So let's just say overall, for today's 2 victories, the women defeating Villanova and the men defeating Houston, it's going to cost boosters, once again, boosters, although they're kind of implying Miami is part of it, $2 million. You know what I say? Money well spent.
Money well spent. Because how much money is that, or an attention is that going to bring us?
I mean, what am I going to do with that $2 million? Invest it in education?
No way. Got to launder it, dude. It's Miami.
Wall Street Journal. Good job.
That's great advice, guys.
Just saying, it's going to cost the university maybe $2 million to get through today. But you know what? That's and who's to tell boosters what to do or not do with their money? Isn't that their business? That's your money. I don't tell you what to do with your money. You don't tell me what to do with mine. Just don't spin it at the U. That's what people are saying. Houston's favored by 7.5 tonight, by the way. Is that going to bring up the price to win this game tonight?
7.5.
I might.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah, I'm going to take that.
Definitely going to take that.
I mean, that's a lot of points right there.
That is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. Of course, that tip-off is going to be at 7:15. The women's team going to be tipping off at 2:30. So prepare, get ready. Let's rock. Let's roll. Pre-game going to start at 6:30 tonight here on 560 WQAM. Joe Zagacki and Danny Rabinowitz, a.k.a. Hollywood from the Joe Rowe Show, going to be on the call of that game. Oh, it's going to be thrilling.
I thought the party started right now.
Party?
Yeah, the pre-party.
Party. Like we're getting ready for the game kind of party?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2:30. Yeah, I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
The party in our spirit started now, for sure. But the pregame, probably at 2.
Pre-gaming. I got that Bad Bunny song Party in my head right now.
Oh, no.
But I want to hear another song, and I also want to hear some highlights. So what we're going to do, if you're listening on the Odyssey app or you're listening to 560 WQAM, you're going to hear this lovely montage of everything that kind of happened in the sports world last night. If you're watching live on YouTube or Twitch, you're going to see me spazzing out. So Marcos,
and sorry, you will not be able to hear the Miami music that's going to be playing.
What?
Because we have restrictions on these websites.
and I promised to keep my shirt on.
No, what?
Please do that.
No way.
But Marcos has some day spa music for you to play.
Yeah.
It's Ultra Week. Let's get in the groove right now.
I wish you guys could actually hear this.
I used to think my love was only up to me. Living life this way can be so lonely. Every day with what it takes to stay alive.
That was wild. Okay, there's more. Still more.
We need is each other to survive.
The Heat season is winding down, and we want to get you to a game. We've got a pair of tickets for you to see the Heat host the Mavs Saturday, April 1st. Next segment, just a couple of minutes. Keep listening for your chance to win those tickets. You might have to earn them, though. Can't just be sitting around saying, I'm going to call 305-567-0560 and win them tickets. Might have to earn it. Not going to make you work too hard, but we're going to try to make you earn it. Going to earn it.
I heard they're going to make you work really hard. So,
Okay,
good luck.
Headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
FAU, they did defeat Tennessee 62-55 to advance to their first Elite Eight. Kansas State, they were able to outlast Michigan State 98-93 in overtime. That means FAU and KSU going to be playing tomorrow at 6. UConn, they dominated Arkansas 88-65, while Gonzaga, they hit a very late three to bury UCLA 79-76. Last night was fun. Today going to be even better because the U are buying their way to the Elite Eight, according to the Wall Street Journal. Woo!
Huh.
Going to get the action started with the ladies, 2:30. That is our Lady Canes. They are going to be taking on Villanova. On the men's side of things, you are going to get things started at 6:30. San Diego State versus Alabama. That's a school that never paid a player, legally or illegally. The Canes, they do take the court against Houston at 7:15. Princeton and Creighton, they throw down at 9 o'clock. Then Xavier and Texas, they're going to throw blows at 9:45. But the Panthers had another bad second period, giving up 3 and losing 6-2 to the Maple Leafs last night. The Cats look to get right tomorrow at 5 when they host the Rangers. Jay Big, you are supposedly, possibly, maybe going to that game. Do you have an outfit picked out that you will wear when you go to the game?
Do you really think that I pick out outfits?
I don't know. I was just asking. Like, if I'm going like a Heat game, I'm going to wear maybe a Heat shirt or something that has Heat colors. And
Look, I
maybe
usually...
I'm a little too vain.
I thought you didn't wear shirts representing where you're going to, huh?
Sporting events is different than going to see bands.
Huh.
We're not getting into that. That's no. You sporting events is different than bands.
Huh.
There's nothing wrong with doing that. Represent.
Bands will make them dance.
Well, I usually pick out my outfits as I'm doing that. I don't pre-plan or anything like that. And I usually wear Panthers colors or a Panthers shirt when I go to the Panthers. So always representing.
Yeah. Preliminary. I have preliminary outfits picked out. Like if I go to the Panthers game tomorrow, I'll probably be wearing something like what I'm wearing right now. Blue and red.
That's a good shirt.
I'll wear my red Chuck Taylors instead of my black Chuck Taylors.
Probably wear my Panthers hat. Who knows?
Oh, do you have a sweater? Do you have a Panther sweater? I don't.
I actually do. I do. Yeah.
Marcos, do you have one?
Is that a jersey? I don't have a sweater.
He's talking about a jersey.
Okay,
I technically have the 790 jersey, but I actually have a sweater, sweatshirt of the Panthers.
Oh, okay. Because it's cold in there.
I want to get that. Did they ever release the Vamos Gatos jerseys? I saw like a preview for them, but I don't know if I ever actually saw them on the ice. No, I don't think so. I don't think they ever came out with them, but you can probably expect it next year. There's a Vamos Gatos blue Panthers jersey that I am definitely gonna get.
Oh, is that light blue one?
No, because the light blue one, I
The
was
light
like,
blue
oh.
one's very nice.
I was like,
too.
oh,
It's
that's
also
really nice.
$300.
Yeah, it is $300. I saw it. This one, it's only been seen as like a warm up jersey.
Right, yeah.
But this one is nice. Though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Speaking of nice, newly signed Dolphins receiver Braxton Berrios, he's nice, hopefully really nice with the Dolphins, is said to have split with his reality TV star girlfriend. She's also nice. Sophia Culpa. The two started dating back in 2020. Fig, I know that you apparently said you saw her following you or something on social media.
Wow.
She heard you talking
No,
about
she
her.
does
She
not- what?
follows you on social media.
Yep.
No.
JK?
That's what happened.
That is amazing.
I don't know who your sources are, but
Block
they
her.
are incorrect.
Block
okay?
her.
Okay.
They're both.
We're
they
Team
both
Braxton
seem like
now.
very nice people, and I mean, things didn't work out, and I'm sorry for that. But
Are you sorry?
Are
Why,
you?
why be
Wow.
sorry?
Yeah, why are you sorry?
Maybe it's just best for both of them. So I'm happy for them.
that's what I was
I'm happy.
getting to,
I'm happy
Daniel.
they broke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he can focus on football, right, Dan?
I think his focus was always football.
Yeah, probably.
I
That-
feel
that might
like
be
you
why
can
they broke up.
separate both of
Oh, I'll
those.
say that's why they broke up.
I've heard some stories about him.
Okay.
Look, all I'm saying is if I got a girlfriend and I'm moving to Miami and things aren't going perfect, there's a lot of fish out there.
If they were going perfect, I think that you have to have some sort of trust in your relationship to continue it here in Miami. Miami is a very hard city to have a relationship in, as many of y'all know. But
Yeah.
Owner David Beckham is believed to have spent $60 million of his own dollars to improve Inter Miami's practice facility, and it now includes a state-of-the-art gym, pools, hot tubs, along with a fully staffed kitchen. The Herons, they're going to be hosting Chicago FC tomorrow at Drive Pink Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:30.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
Is there or is there not a ping pong table?
Oh, probably not.
No?
I would think no.
But it's state of the art.
We've seen what ping pong tables can do to organizations and teams.
I know.
And David Beckham's probably wise to that. And Jorge Mas, and they just said, you know what? We're going to nip that one in the bud and have no ping pong table. But it is interesting that David Beckham put all that money into a stadium the team's only going to be at for another like 2 or 3 years. Oh, well, maybe a little longer than that. It's going to take forever to build that. Why do things take so long to build here in Miami?
Because we're under the
Traffic.
sea level. Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
traffic.
It's just amazing. Like this one building I'm looking right outside here on 79th and Northeast 2nd.
way to go to
When
give out the address.
When I moved here 5 years ago, they were like renovating it and they're still renovating it. And then there's like, you'll be walking down the street and there's like, oh, Mama's Donuts opening soon. 4 years later, same sign, no progress.
On
They're
its
not
way.
lying. They're not saying
They didn't
right
say
now.
soon.
It's relative.
I don't know what soon means to you, Fig. 5 years is not
You
soon.
realize
Like 2 generations.
you're in Miami.
It's going to be lit in 2 generations.
When something says opening soon, I figure we got a couple of months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not in Miami. No.
Honestly, I think
No.
it's a contract thing. I think it's like they pay you to finish it by this day. And if you take this long, you get paid until this day. And if you do it quick, fine, we'll stop paying you at this day. So they're like, let's get the groundwork done. We'll wait about 2-3 years and then we'll finish it up right when the contract is done.
Your thought process was amazing right there.
Yeah, that's what it must be. There you go. That is a solution. I changed my mind. I know for sure now that is a solution. It's been confirmed.
We may have a new name for the Miami-Dade Arena, formerly known as FTX Arena, formerly known as the American Airlines Arena, a Brickell-based tech company, KCIA. They're in talks with Miami-Dade Arena for naming rights. Of course, the Heat, who have played there for years, they're going to host the Nets tomorrow, 8 o'clock. The winner holding sole possession of 6th place in the East. Miami technically in that spot, 6th spot in the East, but they're half a game ahead of the Nets, and I don't have to do the math. Half a game, the 2 teams play each other. Whoever wins, they've got that sole possession. Marlins are finishing up the final week of spring training. Tonight at 6:40, they face the Astros, and they open the season at home Thursday against the Mets. Tobin, Leroy, Jay Fig will be out there. Marcos possibly will be out there for that game. Canes,
Possibly.
Marcos will be there.
Okay.
Possibly.
Figgy says it. If it's
We're
said, it is
planning his
done.
day for
That's right.
him.
You know what? I forgot. I was signing autographs.
The Canes
That's true.
baseball team going to face Wake Forest tonight at 8 o'clock in North Carolina. Coco Gauff won her opening match at the Miami Open, defeating Canadian Rebecca Marino in straight sets. Delray native also showed off her acting chops She debuted Monday on the CW drama All American Homecoming, which focuses on athletes at a fictional HBCU. And last but not least, Lionel Messi. He scored his 800th goal for club and country last night in Argentina's 2-0 win over Panama. The match was a friendly.
Show off.
Speaking of friendly, let's take a step into the day spa.
I'm so sorry. I'm not prepared with the day spa.
That's
music.
okay.
Can we go back to the Messi story and then we can just have like a nice smooth landing there again?
So yeah, Messi, he is a jet setter
For
because
sure.
he does live
Yep.
here in Miami, South Florida.
All the time.
He's got a big time mansion. He plays for PSG, which is in Paris, and then of course he's got his Argentinian gig with the national team, so they're
Show off.
going all over the place.
This guy's a bum.
And he's only making billions and billions of dollars. And his dad is his manager,
And he smells.
Jorge.
I don't know. Just throwing stuff out there.
And I think he married his, well, I wouldn't say high school sweetheart because
Messi?
he was signed to FC Barcelona when he was like 14 years old.
That's true. Well,
So-
that's nice though. Like he has like a long. You gotta find them when you're young because then if not, people are always gonna be after your greatness or your money.
I wish somebody would be after my greatness and money. That was so nice.
That would be.
You know, some people are like, you don't want that. It's like, no, that would be a life goal achieved right there.
Yep.
I would solely be wanted and loved, by
Yeah.
the way, for my celebrity and wealth.
Yeah. Now,
See, that's real love. When you get down to it, that's
oh,
real
really.
love.
I think people just as of right now, all you have is your dashing good looks, Dante.
I know that's not getting done in the streets. I'll tell you that much. Maybe a little bit. Maybe on Thursday nights at Duffy sometimes.
I know where it does get it done though.
In the day spa. There has been a sighting of a world-ending asteroid over Russia that is estimated to be larger than 4,000 buses and could hit the Earth as soon as tomorrow.
What?
There goes my weekend.
Wow. Okay.
Got plans? Not anymore. I don't know why this story has been picked up by more news outlets, but it's a real story. I'm not making these things up.
Yeah.
I read it on a
Who's
British
your
site.
source?
The Mirror.
Girl Bible?
Themirror.com.
Themirror.com. Gotta trust them.
The Mirror? Was it just me, maybe?
No. Ooh, look into your crystal ball, Fig. Are we going to survive tomorrow? Will there be an asteroid
Please.
landing?
Please.
The answer is
Please, Fig. Please tell me. I got a lot going. I got going to see Devondra Bonhart Monday. Come
you're
on.
gonna have so much success at your dive bars, so you'll be fine.
Yes.
Yes.
We did it, baby.
We're all living.
We
Well,
defeated the
I can't
odds.
promise we're all living through the weekend, but
Jesus.
an asteroid
That's
is not
downer.
going to kill us.
Okay, well that's good.
That's right. Great.
The asteroid is gonna stay.
Well, you stay right here
Or
because next, not only do we have 15 minutes of heat, we are giving away tickets to
Mm.
that Heat Mavericks game, but you might have to earn it here on the Tobin Leroy Show, 560 WQAM. It is 15 minutes of heat right here on 560 WQAM, a Tobin and a Leroy show. We have called this week Hate Week because it begins and ends with the Knicks, and it's going to begin and end with wins over the Knicks. And in between there, you get the team that you're vying for that 6th seed in the East, the Brooklyn Nets. That is going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the old, well, it's not really old, but it's really named the Miami-Dade Arena. And you also get a Toronto Raptors game sprinkled in there. Now, on April Fool's Day, April 1st, no fooling here, the Mavericks are coming to town. Your chance to check out Kyrie, your chance to check out Luka, and all the other. Mark Cuban will probably be here because you know he loves Miami.
True.
If you do want to see that game on us, it's real simple. Call in right now, 305-567-0560. Call us.
Tickets.
Heat tickets. Heat Mavs, April 1st, 305-567-0560. Start lining up the calls, but we're not just going to give you tickets.
Yeah, I want to know, how are they going to win these tickets?
I'm glad you asked, Fig. Marcos explained that you can't just have the tickets. You have to earn these tickets because good things come to those who work.
Yeah, you're not just going to waltz in here and get free tickets to potentially see Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and whoever the hell else plays for the Mavericks, as well as the soon-to-be champion Miami Heat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines, and I will ask you to spell. You heard our first annual Tobin and Leroy spelling bee was 2 days ago. So we're going to go ahead and bring that back. If you can correctly spell these members of the Miami Heat, you will get the tickets. But I have some good news, Dan.
Whoa, what is that?
I'm not giving away one pair.
No.
Not one.
How dare.
How many?
J-Fig, do you want to know how many pairs I'm going to give away?
3.
Dan Dave, would you want to know how many pairs I'm going to give away?
Okay.
2.
Okay, look. You guys
We're
gotta
not
answer-
active
no, you
listeners
gotta-
because
No, I
he
am an
said,
active listener.
if
Jesus
we want to
Christ.
know, not guessing how
Yeah,
many.
I'm
Fig,
giving away 2 pairs.
that's not how it works. You know, so 10. And now you make him look like the bad guy. Like, oh, I'm only giving away 2 pairs, actually. So
All right, you know what? Forget it, dude. 2 pairs is what we're giving away.
Well,
all right?
no. Time out.
Yeah, okay.
We were offered to give away like 7 pairs, but they would have been in the 300 level.
For
Instead,
sure.
we said we would like quality
Yes.
over quantity. So instead of
Mhm.
I feel
sticking
like
you up
you
in the
should
Raptors,
not say that just in
I feel like
case
it may be still
this
in the-
backfires on
it's
you.
maybe 300 if I had to be
Yeah.
honest. But nonetheless, when you have NBA superstars, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be close. You don't need to be far. You just need to be present.
good tickets. I didn't say where
Any seat
Any
in that
seat.
arena is perfection.
J-Fig, that Trevor Lawrence wig is really, by the way, all of our headwear. This is the flag, by the way. This is
That's not a flag, that's a bun.
my bun. I gotta grab
I'm in the
Mhm.
giving spirit. That's why I'm dressed up like Santa Claus.
That's why.
He's in the giving spirit.
There was another joke made by Fig, but that's off the air that we made that joke. So 305-567-0560 is the number to call. You're going to have to spell somebody's name that is
Yep.
related to the
Eric
Heat.
Spoelstra.
And if you spell it correctly, you will get those tickets to the Heat and the Mavericks. That is going to be on April 1st. Once again, no fooling, no April Fools. This is the real deal. Marcos, let's go to the phone lines. Let's get our first contestant.
All right, let's go to line 1. All right, line 1 hung up. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're on the air. What is your name?
Richie,
Richie. Where are you from?
Fort Lauderdale.
Richie from Fort Lauderdale. You want these Miami Heat tickets?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question. You have to spell this Miami Heat player's name. Are you ready?
Yes.
The rookie sensation, also known as a little sweetener, Nikola Jovic. Spell it. You got 10 seconds. Go.
Jovic,
Yep, Nikola Jovic.
Nikola Jovic, Nikloa Jovic, Jovic.
So close. But unfortunately, Richie from Fort Lauderdale, you did say, if I'm not mistaken, Nikloa. Did you guys hear that?
I did. I'm sorry. I'm
It is,
sorry.
it is the correct letters, just in the wrong order. I apologize, Richie. Thank you for calling. That was an easy one. I'm not going to lie to you, but I can understand sometimes, especially if you're not writing it down, you kind of get those numbers mixed up.
Told you.
And it happens really fast too,
Yeah,
right
it
there when you're on
does.
the road. It's like, be funny now, and like spell now. It's like,
I know.
It's quick.
rough. It's
quick.
really rough. Let's go to line 3. Caller, you're on the air. What is your name? Where you from?
On Miami.
What was the name?
Juan in Miami.
Juan in Miami. Juan. I'm going to ask you to spell a player's name. You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you to spell Eric Spoelstra.
Okay. Ulstra, SPOELTRA.
So close, Juan,
sorry,
in Miami.
Juan.
I apologize.
Very sorry.
Juan, you
He
forgot
also
it.
avoided the Eric.
Eric, yeah. I need first and last name because that is a part of it. Eric,
I was gonna give it to him too, but he messed it.
almost there.
Just go to the next line. Let's see if they
Let's
got
go.
Eric
Next
Spoelstra.
line.
First and last.
Caller, are you ready? What is your name? Where you from?
What's up? This is Doogie and Dayland.
Oh, hell
Doogie and Dayland. Now you sound like you're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Udonis Haslam. Spell it. First and last.
UDONIS.
Come on.
Haslam, HASLEM.
There you go. We got
My
a winner.
All right, one pair of tickets given away.
All right, that's
You got it.
That's a lot of.
Hang on the line. We're going to get your information in just a minute, but we got to go on to our next caller and try to find another winner for the pair of
That's
tickets to the
true.
Heat and the Mavericks. That's happening April 1st, Miami-Dade Arena. Let's go to the next caller.
Next caller. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name? Where you from?
Hi, how you doing? My name is Chris from Kendall.
Chris from Kendall.
He's gonna get it right.
Victor Oladipo. Let's go.
Come on.
All right, let's do it. It's VICTOR.
Good.
Victor.
Yep.
OLA.
Yep.
DIPO. Oladipo.
Correct. You got it correct.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Now, Dan Day is accusing you of Googling, but I don't believe him at all. I think you did that fair and square.
No, that was an easy one.
Oh, you think that was an easy one then, huh?
Love it.
Mike Biamonte.
I was,
Go.
no,
Just
Chris
use
Bosch.
the
Go.
challenge.
Chris Bosch.
Oh, that's an easy
That's
one.
super easy. Stop.
That's the one I wanted to give.
If you get Mike Biamonte, though, I'll get you a parking pass. Go. Mike Biamonte.
Stop promising.
I'm gonna give it a try. Mike MIKE.
Yes.
Good.
Diamante. I'm gonna go BI.
That's incorrect. Thank
Dave.
God, because I do not have authority to give you a parking pass. It is BAIA. Either way, Chris from Kendall, I appreciate you calling, man. Stay on hold. Congratulations. You won those tickets.
So we got a lot to look forward to with the Heat. Maybe we can win out this Heat week. We can get going April 1st. No fooling. We got some of our listeners in the crowd for the Dallas game. Luka, you better ball out. You better still lose to us. Kyrie, I really don't care. As long as you're acting crazy, that's the reason I would go see you. I don't need to see you dribble and hit backward shots or anything like that. We got Tyler Hero going to be banging out some threes. I don't know how you bang threes, but nonetheless. And of course, a little mid-range action from Chris Bosch. We're going to come back, close out the show here on Tobin and Leroy, 560 WQAM.
Chris Bosch?
Yes, nothing like ending on a positive high note on a Friday for the Tobin and Leroy show. A little segment called You're Dead to Me, where basically we go through people in this world that have done us what we feel is wrong, and they're now dead to us. And we let them know.
Dead to me.
Put it in the universe. Let everybody feel it, that they are absolutely dead to me. I would say all the FAU non-believers are dead to me, but
Can't be dead to yourself, Dan.
I know. I just didn't want to be a homer. I was trying to be honest. See where that got me? Lesson learned. Honesty gets you nowhere in this world. Should have just been
Is that
like
the lesson that you learned?
maybe believe in FAU basketball too. That would have been a good idea.
Gotcha.
But no, I'm going to go dead to me.
Yes.
2, not 1, but 2 Wall Street Journal journalists.
Wow.
Now, these people individually aren't dead to me, but as journalists,
Yes.
I'm being very specific here, and
You're
you'll see
dead
why
to
in a minute. Why these 2 journalists, as journalists, are dead to me.
Journalist.
Lainey Higgins and Louisa Radnofsky.
How dare they?
You're dead to me.
They wrote that article that got us all fired up earlier about how the U is buying their wins in the NCAA tournament. Miami Boosters splash the cash, and the Hurricanes have 2 teams in the Sweet 16. Hurricanes high-profile men's and women's basketball transfers, high profile, by the way, who signed lucrative endorsements in the offseason, are now key contributors in March. So as journalists, honestly, I know what they did. They saw, we can put a picture up of the Cavender twins, say something bad about Miami, and get clicks. Not really the best in journalism because every team has NIL and every team has transfers and every team, maybe not in the Sweet 16, but UCLA had the men's and women's team in the Sweet 16. I don't see an article about that. Nonetheless, Lainey Higgins and Louisa Radnofsky as journalists are dead to me. Marcos, what you got?
Wow.
I just want to make sure as journalists.
Yes, just as journalists.
Not just trying to kill.
You're dead to me.
Bum.
Well, Dan, you're taking it in a professional route as far as journalism. I'm going to take it in an emotional route as far as fandom. You no good, annoying, air breathing in South Florida, even though you should be in the boroughs. New York Knicks fans. You got lucky on a crazy, miraculous 3-point shot that shouldn't have gone in after falling off of Julius Randle's leg. You got brought back down to earth, and you're going to get brought back down to earth again. Twice. You, all season, I've had to hear about how Julius Randle's having another breakout season. The New York Knicks are back. Jalen Brunson this. Everyone's been praising them. And by the time hate week is over, we have an opportunity to overtake those same exact New York Knicks who have been having one of the best seasons they've had in Lord knows how long. And we, on the other hand, having one of the worst seasons we've had in Lord knows how long. At the end of everything, when it's all said and done, the Miami Heat will be above the New York Knicks in the standings, which means I had to listen to your mouth all season for no reason, dude. For no reason for you to be just as average or mediocre as you've always been. So therefore, Knicks fans and the New York Knicks in general,
you're dead to me.
Bum.
I do like Menu 631 on our Twitch page says FAU ain't scared of Kansas State. I will agree with that statement. I do not think FAU is scared of Kansas State at all. Actually, I don't think FAU is scared of anybody right now. I wouldn't be.
So you're saying there's an absolute possibility that you could have been wrong yesterday, Dan, by doubting them.
There is a strong possibility that when I went on the radio and said it's going to be a tough task and I do not expect FAU to win, I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's very mature.
You know, the better question you should have been, which I'm not going to answer right now because we got to get to Fig. We're running out of time, is so you think FAU is going to beat Kansas State? Fig, what you got?
Ooh, do you think FAU is going to beat Kansas State?
Figgy, let's go. Let's go. You're dead to me.
You haven't answered Marcos's question.
Yeah. What was
well, we're going to have to cut out of your time right now.
I mean,
yeah, why would we want to do that?
Okay, fine if you don't want to get there.
I'll answer it happily. I
doubting.
don't want to take away your time.
Yeah, why would we want to do that?
Well, it kind of piggybacks off of Marco's talking about fandom. So when I buy concert tickets,
I thought that was going a different direction.
No,
I'm sorry.
Dan.
Stop that.
Concert.
Tickets.
Yes.
Tickets.
I love concert tickets. I'm going to see Devondre Bonhart Monday at the North Beach Bench.
You keep
Very
saying
cool.
that, but no one knows who that is.
There's music in the system if you want to. Oh, we can't play it. Never mind. Once again, I digress.
Anyway, when I buy tickets to a show, I am buying into the whole experience.
Mhm.
I am buying in to be surprised and just see everything for the first time.
Nice.
I don't like spoilers of concerts
Oh, that's slept on.
on
Yeah.
social media.
Damn. Yeah, sometimes people go as far as like, this is the lineup. This is the
This is the
songs, AJ.
lineup. This is the songs. This
list.
is the order. This is the set production. This is the pyro. This is everything.
This is what he says.
I don't like it.
This is what they say between this song and this song.
I don't like it. I want to hear that speech that they give
Yeah.
between songs for the first time ever.
That's beautiful.
I want to be touched as I am. Okay. By the words that are being spoken.
All right.
Right there.
Yep.
While I'm experiencing it. I don't want to have that experience when I'm like wherever, like
That's true.
on a gas station or something. I don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, who's taking minutes at a concert? You're supposed to be drinking beer, maybe hitting on the girl next to you and enjoying the music. Experience the thing. Don't take minutes and then run home.
I
to
would
post
not
them.
hit on somebody during a concert.
Yeah,
Dan.
probably
You
shouldn't.
would definitely be taking away from the experience.
Well, you never know. Well, I mean, some
unless
people are
it's
there for different
intermission.
reasons.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Right.
Dan respects the show. He would never interrupt the show that way.
Respect the show.
I respect the show.
Respect the show.
So much. I'm not going
Respect
to take minutes. I barely even take video. I don't do any of that.
Look, I take video for my own happiness. I like looking back at
I was gonna
it.
say, do you go back and look at them though? I
I
never
do.
look back.
I
never
do.
look
I
back.
get happy watching them again.
Okay, that's cool. If you take video at a concert, my dude Clive just texted that he heard the same thing I heard earlier from you, Fig, or thought he heard.
Huh.
Nonetheless, if you legitimately take the video at a concert because you enjoy going back watching it and reliving it, that's awesome. If you're taking video just so you can post it on YouTube and get
But
as
see,
many
like when I
hits as
take the
possible,
video, I'm literally just doing this,
Right.
and then
right? Okay,
I don't care if the
I
camera is
respect you.
moving
I
along with
respect
me.
you.
Okay,
It's a bad video.
if it's a bad video or not, I know that I had a great time and I can still hear what's going on, and that's all.
I've watched some of your
that
videos,
matters to me.
Fig.
Yeah.
Like you're getting into it. Like that camera gets me. And like when I say gets me sick, like I get motion sickness. but
Live
you're
from the
into it.
Yes, that's what I want.
That's the way it should be.
Okay,
That's the absolute way it should be.
and it's just I
Oh.
just don't like it when it's just spread everywhere on Instagram or something like that.
You're dead.
It offends me.
It's fair.
I can respect that. I guess we got another minute or two, Marcos. You know we can break out real quick.
That answer that you haven't yet to answer.
Hitting the bars is what we can hit real quick.
Oh.
Just enough time right now. So what we do in hitting the bars, J-Fig, I talk about the dive bars and the bars that I'm going to be going to this weekend. And then Marcos actually spits some hot bars for us real quick. So I got to figure out what I'm doing tonight. I might actually just stay home and watch. I was at Duffy's in Plantation last night. What a wild night. Night.
Duffy's.
But
Yep.
I don't know where I'm going to be the rest. Okay, I think I got it. I am going to go home and watch the Miami Hurricanes game tonight and go to bed maybe relatively early. Come here, got Sports Day tomorrow from 12 to 3 right here on 560 WQAM. Then I think I'm going to go to Bob's Your Uncle and On the Rocks in North Beach, catch a little bit of that, hang out, have some fun, watch some basketball, live the good life. Marcos, how about you spit us some bars real quick? You got about another
Wait,
minute.
Dave Fig, you got anywhere you're going this weekend that's going to be cool? I'm writing this in as far as inspiration for the lyrics. So far, I got Duffy's, Canes, Bob's Your Uncle.
I live in the moment, guys.
I like that. So live in the. I'll put moment. How about that? Okay. Ready?
You can drop it. Here we go. Drop it.
Woo! Hey. One thing I have to say: if you want to be fun, hang with Day. And even though you may not trust me, you will find Dan Day chilling at Duffy's, slaying like his first name was Buffy. Oh, wait, Buffy. I almost forgot the show's name. Doesn't matter. I show game like I was a Canes. Man, I got range. And I'm trying to stump him. He's gonna be at Bob, your uncle, turning into Dan the drunkle. And you know that I've shown it. This is the only time I live for the moment.
That's it right there.
Hey, that's a great way to end the show today.
That's how you hit the bars. Jay Fig Marcos. I am Dan Dave.
Have a great and safe weekend, guys.
Yes.
This has been the Tobin Leroy Show, 560 WQAM. Later, slug.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.